Hello everyone, and welcome back for your regular Wednesday night stream where we're going to be playing some Foundry. So, who have we got tonight? Hello Ario, and thank you very much for the resub, much appreciated. Hello Fox. Yeah, I can strongly recommend Foundry. As I've said a number of times, I'd say it's my second favourite of the factory game type games, with Factorio obviously being in first place, but this one being, yeah, definitely being in second place. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and the third dimension makes things, makes things interesting, and you can do some weird stuff with, or use some useful stuff with tunnels and whatnot, which we'll touch on in a little while as I get going. So, hello Board Easy, hello Regular, hello. Is there anyone else? No, that seems to be it so far. But yeah, great to have you all here. So, what should we do today? So, as I remember from last week, the reason I'm down here in the pits and among all the lava and other such shenaniganery is I realised I'm not actually making enough of this squashed firmalite. So, we're bringing the firmalite ingots down in one of the elevators over there. I think that one. Yes, they're being brought down in that elevator. Then brought down here on the belt, where they go into these machines which squash them flat and turn them into these firmalite plates, which we're shipping back along there, and those are going back into the elevator over here. However, there's not remotely enough of them. I need to have more. I don't even know how many more I need, but it definitely is some more. And so that's going to mean I'm going to need a lot more of these things, which I don't, lava smelters, which I don't have any of in my inventory. But I guess we can go out this way instead, and I can now knock out these pillars at least, which is going to make running the belts around a little bit easier. I can't take out the rock down at ground level though; that's still indestructible, as you see. But I can take out these things, like that. Or at least some of it, apparently. So yeah, I'm going to be able to make at least run a tunnel out to the back of here, and then start squashing more of the plates over here. So let's go and get some more lava smelters. That's going to be the first thing to do, and that means going all the way back to the surface. So this is going to take a moment or two. Does the game run well? It ran fine on my old computer, which was perhaps not. Well, I'd say it's significantly better spec than a cheapy laptop from 2018. It was I can't even remember. It was an AMD mid-range, well, mid to low high range. 50 to 60% of the range, perhaps we should say, from about 2021, I think I last upgraded, and a fairly old graphics card. It was a a GTX 1160, I think I was using, or did I have the 980 Ti? Either way, it was about that sort of spec of graphics card. I did start getting a little bit of the game pops a thing up saying, oh, by the way, you're struggling. Where's Lava Smelter 2? Yeah, by the way, your computer is struggling. And it says something like simulation. It doesn't use the word struggling because that'd be a bit too on the nose, I suspect. But it does let you know that it's starting to have issues. Not Smelter. And I was starting to get those a little bit. So it was struggling on that spec of computer. So I suspect there's a decent chance you'd struggle with your laptop, I'm afraid. Hello, Mark. Welcome. Right, how do we make the Lava Smelter 2? So that's the geothermal boiler. There's the Lava Smelter 2. That takes firmalite, green circuits and batteries. So green circuits is there, firmalite is there. So it's going to be somewhere along this aisle. And it takes batteries, so it must be up here somewhere. What are you guys making? I need to signpost a few more of these. Nope, not you. Nope, not you. You! Gimme. Oh. I have full inventory, and what do I have in here that's not nonsense I don't want? I don't want the biomass, so let's chuck that away. I've got a lot of pumps for some reason, and a lot of pipes. That's a bit unnecessary, but I kind of don't want to chuck all that away because it's useful and valuable stuff. I've got a lot of red. Let's dump some of these belts in to be upgraded, and that'll help. Yeah, it will have a different. I'm also running it at 1440p, so that's going to be putting a bit more load on the graphics card. If you try and run it at a sensible resolution, then you might find things work a little bit better. That said, and also it's going to depend a bit on how big your factory is, of course, because the bigger your factory is, the more work the game is going to have to do on simulating everything. But yeah, it's worth a try, as you say, because yes, if you can get refunds, then or since you can get refunds, there's no real harm in it. And also, the game is with the game being early access. I've fallen in a hole. With the game being early access, there are holes to fall in. No, with the game being early access, there's a fairly good chance that things are going to get better and better as time goes by, because they're going to optimise it, maybe. At least you sort of hope they will. Is there any room in this box? No. Is there... Can I make another box? Yes, but I'll need stuff. So hopefully it'll get better and better as time goes by, and be easier and easier for computers to run. And you can certainly mess around with small factories before it starts to become a problem. Right, 15 and some electronic. Why do you need electronic components to make a box? Really? Seriously? Right, so if I take those, then I can build a... I still can't build a box. I need... Oh, machinery parts, not copper plates. Damn it. Learn to actually read a list of things and remember them for more than 2 seconds, Laurence. Right, let's try it again. If I make this box, and if I put it on top of... here, on top of this... Actually, if I put it directly on top of here, then maybe I'll remember this was somewhere where I came along to dump some excess pipes that I had. Like that, and some excess pumps. I'll keep a stack of each of those because it's not too bad, and get rid of some of these wall-mounted pylons as well. There we go. Maybe there's a chance I'll remember to come back and get those, but that has at least created a bit of space in my pockets. Right. So the next thing is I am going to need some of those tier 1 lava smelters in order to make tier 2 lava smelters, I think. So I'm going to grab those. Gimme. Oh, there aren't any. Why are there not any? This takes firmalite ingots. Am I delivering those by hand? Apparently I am. Oh, for goodness sake. Delivering things by hand like some sort of peasant. That's disgraceful. What is going on here? Should not be allowed. Right, where was my... Oh, it was over here where the batteries were. Yes, it was this aisle, so it was down here somewhere. This one. Here we go. These are my lava smelters, so give me 10 of those. I don't have anything to drop in here, do I? Oh, I've got some firmalite plates. Fine. Let's get some firmalite ingots and here they are. In fact, I can get them in bulk by going to here and going, gimme. Maybe not that many gimmies. Put them back in the box. That was too many. Put them... Oh, it won't let me put them back in the shipping pad. Great. Lovely. Okay, well, we'll just come and dump all of these into the machine over here. And then maybe I'll actually be in a position where I can go and get on with stuff. Touchdown. There we go. Alright, dump that in there. There's 190 of them. How many did I pick up? Okay, there's only another 250 in my pockets. Great. Hello, Peter. Welcome. Simulation restricted. That sounds about right, Board Easy. Yes. It's not complete bin of shame because I put it in that box there is in the same place. When I want more pipes, I will come to here to get them. So I've just extended the amount of storage available, so there's more pipes up here. Now, I will probably forget when I want more pumps or want more pylons, sure, but I've tried. I'm doing my best. Take some more of that firmalite. Actually, I can put the rest of it into the lava smelters when I put them down below, so that's kind of okay. Let's make this faster by upgrading it to a tier 3 machine. Can I then give you more stuff? No. Fine. But at least that means it'll store more in its buffer. Oh! They're being taken away automatically. Oh, excellent. So I have done the... have got it automatically feeding them through here, so more of them will be made over here. Nice. That shows remarkable level of forward planning for me. I am actually honestly impressed with myself. Right, so now I've got that running, I can come back over here, and I think this is the correct lift, and I can go back down to firmalite squashing. Bing! And trundle back down and have a good look around. Am I low on foundation? That's kind of okay. I don't think I don't need much foundation for this. How much have I got? Yeah, 1,000 foundation should be enough because for this particular project, I only need foundation to bring power out for the inserters, which I have quite a lot of both ways. So that should be kind of okay. I could add signs on those boxes. That'd be a bit too organised for me. Oh, it's already been improved. That's good to hear. So it does sound like they are. And there's a lot of feature related improvement going on at the moment, which is nice to see. It's good to hear they're doing some optimization type improvements as well. I'm just going to get stuck on things a little bit. Can we? Oh, that's why. Right, I'm going to dig a hole through here. Like this. And then we can have another belt coming out of the... Well, actually, it's going to be a pair of belts coming out the back of here. Because we've got the 2 lifts. That's not the edge. That's the edge. Yeah, there we go. So I want to then have a hole going through this way. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Come on. I don't want to do a full Venga Boys song as I go through here. There we go. Freedom! Actually, I should have made this a 3x3 high because I'm going to want to walk through here even after I put the belts in. So let's make that a little bit higher. Planning ahead, possibly not my strongest point suit. Right, and then actually come to think of it, I'm then going to need a smaller hole going around, a trench going around here, which I shall fill with foundation to allow me to power everything. So we'll run that through like that, and then I can foundation through there. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to foundation out from here as well, because I'm going to need power out here for my for my inserters. So we'll continue that out that way, like so. And now I can run my belts out here. So we're going to have a belt running that way, coming out of that one, going into that one. So like that. That is the right way. Yes, that one's going up. So yeah, that's the correct way around. Then out here, I will then start putting in. Basically, I now want to put in those lava smelters everywhere they'll fit out here, and then just run belts to them. Which way around are you? You're that way around, I think. Yeah. Is this wide enough? No, they're slightly too big to go in that patch there, but I can put some in across here. Can't put them in line with each other, which is a shame, but never mind. Another one here. I'm accepting that they're going to be in a bit of a sort of a silly pattern, because just because of where the lava is, I can't make the lava patches any bigger because I can't dig away the rock around the bedrock, essentially the rock at lava level. So it's just going to be a case of shove these in wherever I can. Now these are going in quite a nice neat line, so I'm pleased with that. That looks good. Then here I'm going to need a space of 4. I wonder if I could run the... No, you can't run the belts actually through inside the machines. That would be far too silly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one goes there, and that'll feed off the same belts. But I can't fit one in there. Could I have put that in any further across? No, I don't think I could. So we've got them, and then where else would be a good place to put them? I could have a row along here, I guess. This looks quite quite a nice place. And by row, I mean apparently 1. That's disappointing. And I can get a second one in here by the looks of it. And they've got feeding points on the sides as well as the front, so there's a certain amount of flexibility where I can put them. And put another one in. Actually, I might be able to get 2 in here. Yeah, that works quite nicely. Okay, let's belt those up, and that'll be a starting point for everything we need. So I'm going to need to bring out the foundation. So it's going to be 3 wide across here for purposes of belt support and looking sensible. And there. And there. We're going to need to do some shenaniganery around here in order to get the belts through, but that's fine. We're used to belt-based shenaniganery by this point. We all appreciate a bit of spaghetti, don't we? Yes, we do. So they can be out like that, and then like that, and we need the power to pass through there. There we go. How many can one belt? A lot. These machines are very, very slow, so I'm quite happy to run many of them off one belt. On the other side, I think we have about... We could go and have a look and see, but there's a lot of them running off not an enormous number of belts. Okay, that's a bit weird, but never mind. We'll run that all the way along to here, 3 wide. How many? Okay, no, I've only used up like 30% of the foundation I brought with me, so I might well end up being okay, despite because if I'm not despite having been warned about it, then I shall feel a little bit silly. Okay, so we're not going to be able to get all of those in there, so we'll need to extend this all the way to here. Is that all the machines I put in? Yes, I think so. Okay, let's belt them up. So actually, let's go and have a quick look on the other side, see how many I've got over here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 over here, and that's less than a green belt. It is most of a green belt. I'd say it's probably 3/4 of a green belt or something like that. No, I'd say that's probably about half a green belt, actually, maybe slightly less. Actually, it's trying. It's doing its best, but its best isn't amazing. So yeah, I could certainly put in another 20 on the other side, and things would be absolutely fine. These blue lifts are very, very quick. They're much faster than the green belt. I think they're 4 times the speed of the green belts, if I remember correctly. Fortunately, you don't take damage from lava. Otherwise, that would have been a much larger squawk from me. Right, so you go to there. And then to there. And then do we need to split here? No, we don't. We just need to go through here. Then we split. So put in a splitter here. And then this one's being fed from here. So this one needs to go to here, round this one, and to, oh dear, this isn't going to work. Bother. We'll worry about that later. In the greatest traditions of things not going quite as intended, we'll worry about it later. And that can come along to there. Right, so along here, we've got an in there and there. What do you mean no power? It's weird. I thought I'd worked out the power for all of these. Getting it out of this one is going to be problematic. I'll have to come back. I have to have a good think about that one as I come back. But otherwise, that's going to be all right. Then along here, okay, we're using longer ones here for the inputs. That's fine. And here, there we go. Right, so that's all of the ones I've sort of placed it by are now have their inputs. Now I need to then bring this along here. So we've got that one to do, but we've got all 4. Yeah, that's okay. And that one and that one. Oh, this is just a dead straight run. That's really easy. So we'll run that to there, and then we'll run one back as well, at least to here. Then the shenanigans start. So, but along here, we're going to put in our inputs. So we need one for this. Wait, oh heck. Maybe I've messed up. Maybe I can find a way around it. Anyway, we can feed it in there, and then we can feed it in there for that one, there for that one, that one, that one, and that one, and then in for this one will be the other. Yeah, don't fly too close to things; it causes problems. That one, and that's my. Yes, those are all my inputs. I don't know why we don't have power. Oh, yes I do. Because that needs to go from there to there. Now we have power. There we go. Now the firmalite is pouring into all of these machines, and they can start doing the squashing. Excellent. So they're now just start. They should now just merrily start running. Are you a happy bunny? Yes, it is. There we go. So these are now running. They're filling up an output buffer. That's good. Yes, Foundation has a gap near the entry. You're quite right. Do I have... So the actual bedrock, this sort of bedrock or this sort of bedrock, because this stuff I can drill through. That's fine. But the one down there, that stuff I can't. So I have some types of explosives too. So I have, I've got up to shaped charges, but I haven't got shaped charge heavy yet. That's next in my research after another pump jack efficiency, which I'm planning to just let run because that takes a bajillion science packs to do. So it's taking a while, but it'll get there eventually. And then we'll rattle through all these ones because these are like 100 and 50 and 50 and 50 and yeah, so on. So okay, if I can actually blow up this stuff with the higher tier explosives, that'd be quite nice. That'd be worth knowing. I didn't like Dyson Sphere Program as much as this one, I think. I will say Satisfactory is the prettiest, but it's also the least satisfactory. I find there are too many, or at least back when I played it, which I will admit was before the 1.0 release, so I'm a little bit outdated on my Satisfactory criticisms. But back then, it was definitely, it had some issues, shall we say, that caused me to not like it very much. It was, oh, bring it over here, that's nice. It had, yeah, it had some problems that bugged me quite a lot, and meant I didn't get it. And I completed it, what there was of it at the time, which was quite a lot, but there were quite a lot of things that I found very, very frustrating, and it didn't make me want to play it again. Let's put it that way. Right, so if I put in an up ramp here and a down ramp here, and then I want to spaghetti this through, no, not there, through here, like, what? Oh, I thought you could go over. It's splitters you can go over, not thingamawhatsits, not inserters. Great. Okay. Well, that just means more spaghetti for the spaghetti gods. So we'll come from here, we'll go out this way, and then we'll come through here, and then I guess we just carry on to here, and then here. Fine, that works too. And then along here where we go down one, and then this just goes across to here, here. Yeah, and that's the one that's going to be difficult, the one we've just got past. And then along here. Right, so that's that's an output belt that will take stuff to where it needs to go. Let's now put in some of these. Let's do the easy ones first. So you're fine and you're fine. Why are you putting them down as intakes? I said place them down as outputs. Normally it annoys me by remembering, not by forgetting. So we'll do you're an output. You're an output. This one is going to be difficult because I didn't leave enough space around here for it to have an output. So it's going to have to probably output over on this side, and then we'll spaghetti it round over here maybe, or maybe I'll pull it out and put it. I don't know where I'll put it, what I'll do with it, but I'll come up with something probably. We'll come back and worry about that one in a minute anyway. Then over here, right? This belt needs to come right. So we've got all of the outputs there, so we can go up and then go to there and then join on to there. That'll work nicely. So there we go. Those will merge. Actually, I shouldn't do that, because these, if you do side loading like that, then in this game the belts don't they don't balance. Sorry, they don't compress. So you end up with gaps on your belts, and I don't want gaps on my belts. I want to have the potential at least for maximum full throughput on this. So we'll do that and that. There we go. So now if you use a splitter, you can get you can get a fully compacted belt on the way out. Now, as I say, that's not going to be enormously important in this particular case, because I don't have enough. I don't expect this belt to be full, except for sort of brief moments like right now when we're just emptying all the output buffers from all of these machines, which is a special case. Where can I put you over there? Good. I was pretty sure the way I'd laid them out would leave me with enough space to put all of the inserters I needed in. So there we go. Right, I have some firmalite in my inventory, so let's go in here and go have all of that. And also, do I have any of the squashed firmalite as well? No, I seem to have got rid of all of that somewhere. Good. Okay, so now we have a supply of firmalite coming out, and there's a solid belt here because there is so much inventory in all of these machines, and that is now working very, very nicely. The only one that isn't working is this one here. I guess the best way is probably to have an insert around here for certain values of best, and then pass it through the gap over here and go up and over and join onto that belt down there. It's slightly crazy, but it might just work. So I would like to put in an exerter there, like so. And at this point, I'm going to switch back to it being on default mode, because otherwise I'll get it wrong at some point. And I'll go, who left this on not on default mode? And I can run this belt from here to here to here, to here. I do like the being able to tag the various points you want the belt to go to. That is a very nice feature. It makes it quite easy to lay things like this and then just feed that. This one can side load because there's no way the belt is going to be full at this point, at least not most of the time. So there we go, that's what I meant. There's a gap going along there somewhere. That was what I meant about the side loading, meaning you sometimes get belts that aren't completely full when you get a bit goes through and interrupts it like that. But actually there's enough back pressure from up here that it seems to be okay. Right, that is now my... How many did I put in? One. I brought down 14, I think, and I've still got 1. So I might as well put that in somewhere. But you can see how this is basically working. So this is going quite nicely. Let's do... Oh, let me just stretch the chat window so it goes over 2 screens so I can see a bit more of it. There we go. How many can one belt support? Yeah, the belts will get really, really, really... Oh, how many machines can they support? Yeah, quite a lot as we discussed. I reckon it's probably going to be about somewhere between 30 and 40. I've not looked at the numbers. Let's look at the... let's fall onto the floor. Let's have a look at the numbers. So over here, it's doing 20 a minute from one machine, and the green belts, that's the colour, the green belts I'm using are 640, so I can support 32 on one belt running flat out. That's quite a lot. I think we should be okay for a... I think there's... Putting 20 on each one is probably going to be more than enough, I would say, but at least that gives me some room for expansion in the future if I need it. Yeah, fair. Let's blame Mike for everything. That does seem reasonable. Yeah, there is a chance that most of these games do seem to eventually end up adding enemies in. Like, well, Satisfactory had them from from when I first played it. DSP added them in shortly after I played it because I heard how much I hated them, probably. Yes, because it is all about me, obviously. I think we've got... Yes, I think the elevator is filled up because, look, the belt is not running solidly anymore. So that means there is now enough for what the factory requires, at least at the moment. So I have solved the problem. Hurrah! Back home for tier medals and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of happy to ignore plot-related issues in these sort of games because I don't really care about the plot. So... Yes, okay, there is a bit of hand-wavium as a reason why you're on this planet and building all of this stuff that you're making, but I don't really care about it all that much. So Satisfactory having an unsatisfactory plot is not a problem as far as I'm concerned. The problems are entirely different. The things like just parts of the game that don't work well enough for my my opinion. How doesn't it compress? So if you feed a belt, if I feed another belt in, okay, this is a high tier belt, so it's not quite right. But if I feed this belt in here, it will only feed items from this belt onto this belt if there is a gap that's big enough to put one into. So if there was a half an item gap between this robot and between this bot and this bot, then I wouldn't be able to shove an extra thing in from this belt. It wouldn't fit in the gap. So you end up with little gaps running along there. But if you put in a splitter, even if you set the priority on them, because you can with these levers on the back of it, you can set an input priority. Even if then you'll get a fully compressed belt on the outside, which tends to be what you want from this sort of thing. So in my experience in this game, if you side load, it doesn't compress. Yes, the Freightovator is easily fast enough. For a blue Freightovator, so Freightovators are double the speed of the where even is it? Freightovators are double the speed of the associated belt colour. So a blue Freightovator, which these are, is as fast as 2 blue belts. So it's as fast as 4. Each one is as fast as 4 green belts. I have 1 green belt of firmalite going in here. That's not enough. That's going to have to be upgraded. Boop. I mean, I say not fast enough. It is potentially not fast enough. Why do I have firmalite plates coming in from 2 places? Firmalite ingots coming in from 2 places. What the... Where are my splitters? There are my splitters. Where are you coming from? the heck? Coming in from over here. Oh! Okay. I have 2 landing pads bringing in the firmalite. Fine. Sure, be like that. I don't care. He says checking carefully to see where this one's doing. He's just feeding it along there. Okay. Sure. I don't mind. This is the main one because it's got the big landing pad, because the little landing pad wasn't bringing enough firmalite in. I thought I'd swapped out the little one for a big one, but it turns out I've just added in a big one. But now we've got a blue belt feeding in there. That can go in as fast as we need. So we've got 1 blue belt at the top is as fast as the 2 green belts coming out at the bottom. The 2 green belts at the bottom, bringing the plates, are faster than the 1 green belt, 1 red belt and 1 yellow belt coming out up here. So that's a speed of 1, 2 and 4. So we've got 7 coming out essentially, and we've got 8 going in at the bottom. So even if all 3 of these were running absolutely flat out, which none of them are, then we would have enough throughput to get to keep this running completely satisfied, as long as we can bring enough firmalite ingots down from space, which I'm pretty sure we can, because given that this is my only, it's not my own. I was going to say given this is my only large landing pad. It's not actually, because the ones all the way down there doing the big robots, those are large or medium, whatever they're called, landing pads as well. What size are you? Come on, get close enough that you can ping it. That is a medium shipping pad. I don't think I've seen large shipping pads. Maybe I just haven't researched. Are they even a thing? Because I've just not needed any bit higher capacity in my shipping pads. I'm trying to look to see if I can. Where are the shipping pads? Why can I not find them? Am I just being blind? Maybe it's because you can't make me. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so the only shipping pad small and shipping pad medium. Shipping pad large is presumably Bagsied for a later update at some point or something like that. Yeah, so the small one wasn't enough. The big one, the medium one, probably would be enough on its own, but I haven't pulled out the small one because, basically. There is a search function, but I feel like things should be obvious. I'm just bad at looking, pretty much. Hello, Hydrogen. You can certainly drop in suggestions for new games. I have a couple of ideas that I want to play once I'm done with this, but I'm always open to new ideas. In fact, I ended up playing Satisfactory because Mark wanted me to play it, and he wanted me to play it enough that he bought it and gifted it to me on Steam. And at that point, I sort of felt I couldn't say no, or at least felt it'd be rude to say no. So I gave it a try. No, I'm not going to play Fortnite. No matter how many copies of it you buy for me, I'm not going to play it. I'm far too old. And far too. What, this plastic is struggling. Let's do some upgrades on that. Right, so we'll just take this straight up to being a green belt, because why would I do anything less? And then we'll follow it back to find out where it's going to be problematic. Green. Here is where it's going to first be problematic. So we'll do that upgrade there. And then that's la. Right. How far back do you go before you have another splitter? This far. Right. So this has now got an addition. Let's just make this blue because why not? Have I got blues? No, I've got still yellows there. Let's put blues in on my Dewberry bar. Because I've sort of moved away. I've even moved away from yellows now, because I feel like the blues and greens are cheap enough to build that why would I use anything else? So we'll do a blue belt there and blue belt there. That hopefully it still doesn't. It still needs upgrades. Boop, and can I see that? Yes. Boop. Still. Wait, what? Blue. There we go. Apparently I didn't blue it properly. Right, dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum, all the way back here to the source of all of the plastic. I have concerns that this is now going to be insufficient. Now over here, yeah, I don't think I spec this for blue belts. Funnily enough, what's our production rate on these things? I can't see because the screens are in an awkward place. Tell me. So these are making 30 a minute, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 210 per minute, and we're trying to pull them out at 1,200 a minute. Okay. Now the good news is this is a really simple system, because all we're doing is bringing in the crude oil here, and then this is distilling it down to balmium something or other, and then these are all turning it into plastic. So actually, if I want to add more capacity in here, it's just going to be a case of breaking this pipe and then copying and pasting in another 4 of these or something like that to get this up to. Should be more than that, wouldn't it? Be another 5 of these to get it into the right sort of ballpark. Now this blue belt isn't going absolutely flat out, so I don't think I need that. I don't think I need actually full on 5 copies of it, but you know, I probably could put them in anyway. Do I have the mining input? I don't know. Oil production has not been a problem that's this far in the game. I mean we got none going through. What? Okay, the pipe is full. There's none flowing through. What the diddly? How is there none flowing through when we've got pumps and we've got pipe here that is... We've got machines over there running. So... We've got 3,300 leaving. Got nothing going in except for... Oh, maybe it doesn't count... Right, I think the throughput doesn't count pumps. So if you look at a pipe between 2 pumps, it has no inputs and outputs because there's only a pump on each end. So I was kind of hoping it would tell me how much was going in, how much was being pumped in, going in from the pump, and how much was going out from the pump, but it doesn't. And there's a zeros at the pumps down here. So yes, but also I then extended the pipe onto the other mines as well. So the pipes, yes, it went. This is the pipe to the old mine that got depleted. Then it was the pipe to the second mine that also got depleted, and now it's the pipe to the third mine, which is currently not depleted and is still running. So it is the same pipe. I've just plugged different inputs into it, so it should be fine. But yeah, over here, I guess I can. I mean, I can put more capacity on here without too much difficulty. But we seem to have actually. It seems to be enough at the moment. We'll bear that in mind as a likely thing that is going to break in the future. But for now, I want to carry on upgrading the belt because I got halfway along it and then I distracted myself because I went backwards along it. So, plastic is that one. It is a nice, healthy, full belt at the moment. And it comes down to here and then it goes into a red splitter. And then we only have a small amount of plastic going out because red splitter. So at this point, I'm going to put in one of them and then one of them. No. Do what I mean. There we go. Down to here and under here somewhere. So I'll put in one of those. And then that. Nope, that. It'd be nice to be better at putting things in the right place, but I appear to sort of, I don't know, just struggle with mouse coherence. So upgrade that one. Upgrade that one. I think we're okay at this point. I think we are shipping enough plastic down here. And everything is a happy bunny. Did I run out of... No, I didn't run out of green belts. Why did that stop upgrading partway along? That's weird. Maybe there's one random piece of green... I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that is now green all the way along the bus here. We've got some belts of plastic, but so that is now okay. We are bringing the plastic through fast enough for this whole system. So next. I guess we go back to about here and we have a look at all of these and see if any of them are running along at full speed. Steel is going fairly quickly, but is okay. Copper seems to be fine. Electronic components are fine. Yeah, this all looks pretty good to me. I think we are now shipping all of the ingredients through fast enough that things are basically happy. Now, part of me wants to just make have more machines making more bots until all of the belts along here are backed up. Maybe I should speed that belt up actually, because it's kind of actually green's on my low tier one. No, on this one. Okay, there we go. That's backed up now. This one is not full, so maybe I should put more screen bot production in over here. They're all running. Actually, you know what? Let's do this the easy way. Let's just upgrade them to assembler 3s. Yeah, that one. Upgrade. upgrade. And that gives me, I believe, a 50% boost on production. So that might well be enough. And you know what? While we're at it, let's make that into a green belt, just for funsies. There we go. A yellow belt will probably have been fine, actually. Do I have enough yellow belts from upgrades? No, I don't have it. How do I not have any yellow belts from upgrades? Oh, yes, I do. They're down there. Right. Yellow is probably fine in there. Okay, so we've done a little bit of an upgrade there. Moving along, that one's full. Those two are full. That one is not remotely full. We do not seem to be making an enormous number of military bots. Let's do an upgrade here, just again, because this is easy. It's going to put more strain on the inputs, sure, but that's probably all right. I could copy and paste in some more machines along here. Maybe I could, maybe I should. No, robot parts are a bit limiting, or a bit limited, in that the belt isn't backed up. I think that's oh, some of the machines aren't building. That's a problem. So this is not. We're not seeing enough electronic components down here because the red belt that's feeding in is not enough. Okay, so this is another one that needs to be upgraded all the way back. Okay, I want Peter's mod that allows you to upgrade belts all the way through, and just say take this one all the way back. I don't care if it goes what it goes through. Just take it all the way backwards. I want to see upgrades done. Is it to here? No. That one. There we go. And what goes on the other side of here? Right, okay, so I've now got I've got a green belt loading them in and a green belt taking them down there. So we're now, is this going to be another I must construct additional electronic components? Because I've got somewhere over here, I upgraded this in the last stream, I think. We've got an enormous quantity of them being made along here. All being chucked out along here, but there's an enormous voracious hunger for them. That said, this belt is not running solidly. So, you know what? Again, let's go in and do the assembler upgrades. Because it's an easy way to get an extra 50% out of the machines, as long as the inputs can keep up. Now, the question is, are the inputs going to keep up? And the answer is, I don't know, but I'm prepared to go in and do some copper upgrades if I absolutely have to. At least for this particular thing, because we do get through a ridiculous number of electronic components. And I guess that's a bit like... It seems to be a fairly common recurring theme in these sort of games, that once you get into the late game, you get through obscene amounts of copper, mostly for making various types of circuitry. So that seems reasonable. No, well, all the machines are running. I suppose that's true. There's a few over here that aren't running. And there's a random piece of ramp floating in the air like that. Yeah, why are you guys not running? What's going on here? Oh, the output belt is full. So, once again, this is going to be another upgrade. So, I mean, that was sort of inevitable when I went in and started upgrading things, wasn't it? So, we'll do that and that and that and that. I feel like I've just upgraded this belt, which is a little bit silly, but I also feel like this is a horrible tangle of horrible spaghetti, and I feel bad. I learned, and things have got better further down, but at this stage, yeah, very spaghetti. Okay, we are... No, don't do that, that's ridiculous. Uh-oh, what did I just take out? Oh, down there. Oh, it's a ramp. No, it's a down ramp. Sometimes the deconstruction thing is a little too oversensitive, or at least I'm a little bit overly klutzy with it, which is almost the same thing. Right, there we go. Now we have a large quantity of these going in here. Right, so that means it's now time to upgrade that. I'm not going to upgrade it all the way to blue, that'd be silly, but I can upgrade that to a green, and then we've got a lot more. I say that as if it's necessary. We have enough electronic components going in now. This may well be enough robot parts coming out. It seems to be Because I have... Why are all these belts so slow? This is ridiculous. Oh, actually, no, that is a yellow belt, to be fair. That's not so bad. Yeah, that one is backing up, so that's probably okay. This one may well start backing up at some point in the future. Yeah, there is enough down here. Okay, so I think our inputs are kind of okay at this point. So maybe that's good enough. It's certainly good enough that I can think about something else without feeling too guilty. Now, one thing I would like is for these bot guys to come and actually finish demolishing this hill over here. And if we could have maybe a few more of the machines coming over and doing things, that'd be appreciated. But you know what? I think in the meantime, I'm going to knock out this bit because this looks ridiculous. So I'm going to come over here and take out from there to out here somewhere. And then... Oh, I didn't come out far enough. Great. To here. So we'll take out all of that. And then similarly, if I go from here... why is it not... Give me another one. Okay. Right, do it again. But try and get everything in this time. So come out this far and up to here. There we go. Right, so hopefully we'll get out another construction ship. Yikes. We'll come out and demolish this bit as well. I seem to have missed a bit, so let's just do that one manually. Pew! Yeah, construction ship can come out and do that. And probably I need to just carry on chipping away at the everything along here. Now, it did occur to me between streams that I could have been putting these these launch platforms on top of the machines that are making the things that they're taking up into space. Because I'm just not used to thinking in 3 dimensions because, you know, 3,500 hours in Factorio. So, yeah, there are actually, that could have been done a bit better. But I haven't, and it's a bit late now, so I probably won't. These things tend to be good to up to about 30 in my experience. Once you go over 30, you start struggling. The actual number I think is 36, 37, but it's really hard to get to the actual exactly right to the maximum because if you go over, then the whole thing just fails. And maybe it's 38, but yeah, if you go too far, then the whole thing just fails, and you get a 0 by 0 mining area, which is rubbish, like that. No. Having said that, that seemed to kind of work, so I don't know what's going on there. Okay, there's a nice big... there's a teensy-weensy bit over here that we've missed. Great, let's take that out as well, just because it looks ridiculous. Okay, now, yeah, here we go. Here come all of the construction drone ships to drop down, the little bots to mine out this whole area and give me a little bit more space to play with. 3D construction is good. You use a plating to use a bowl or what? Am I being daft? I'm not sure what you're saying. Why we use a bowl or saucer? You'll have to explain that in simpler words for me, I'm afraid. Right, what's going on down here? Was there a... I have a feeling there was a good reason, and by good reason I mean a bad reason, why we weren't making very many arms down here. Like I'd done something dumb and forgotten to put in a second machine or something like that. So we've got, it's making a leg, that's making an arm, that's making arms. Oh, and we're running out of power. Okay, is that why? So I need to go out and boost electricity in a moment. So we'll do that in a second. Oh, I wonder if is that the whole thing is strained or. No, that is specifically the. We just need more thingamawhatsits, more transformers on this particular block. So I'll add some more of those in a moment. Right, why are you full if we've got a shortage of arms? Because we don't have a shortage of arms, we have a shortage of legs. Okay. both leggy machines are running, so I don't think I've messed up there. Maybe there is no good reason why. Maybe it's just that I'm sure I made some mistake somewhere with this, and I realised maybe I realised last stream and fixed it, and that's what I'm thinking of. Let's assume that's the case, and then just fly away in obliviousness. Oh, as a mod that'll increase the 38 limit. That would be quite nice. Although in a way, I don't so much mind it being a limit as much as I mind it just as I mind the way it fails when it fails. Does that make sense? Because when it there's not very much power here. When it fails in a rather graceless. Or rather, you can't just drag out to the maximum size and have that work. And actually, that's true for all of the things. When you're laying out pipes, belts and pipes and things like that, there's the same sort of problem. Ooh, yeah, we finished that research. That means we can get on with the other robot researches and the big explosives and things, other exciting stuff. Pop. Yeah, so when you're dragging out a really long belt, at least it shows you how far you can go before it's going to have problems. But if you do go outside that area, then it doesn't fail graciously. It just goes nope and deletes everything. Transformer. Power supplies in disguise. Not very much of a disguise, to be fair. I'm going to put in 2 of these, so that means I need to pull out another chunk of ground from here. And foundation it. No, foundation. There we go. Well done. Second time lucky. And then we need to plug it in. Bim, bom, bim, bom. There we go. Lovely. Now, we should no longer be straining. How's demolition going? Demolition's going quite nicely on that little patch there. It's going a bit more slowly. Oh! Yes, no, it's still going very, very slowly over here. Why are you guys so slow at just demolishing this patch here? Am I going to have to come and help? Do I have the stuff? I do have the stuff to come and help. And I could use the orbital laser, but I've got all these explosives, so I feel like I might as well do that. I feel like that was less effective than I hoped. I didn't drop one down the side there. I did drop one down the side there and wreck everything. Oh, for goodness sake. I'll go down there and fix that in a moment. Yes, being able to select up to 200 with all of these things would be rather nice. La 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 la, it's raining explosives. Right, I might let the bots finish that off before I make any more mistakes like this one. Mistakes were made, as the saying goes. Right, let's take you down to a 1x1 and then just a bit of tidying. Pew, 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 pew. I could just bury the wreckage, I suppose, and hide my shame. Is that an acceptable thing to do? I am gaining a load of resources that I don't really want from doing this. Okay, so we're apparently I'm going to be using green belts here because I don't have anything slower. Actually, that's probably not true. No, can we go that way? There we go. I probably do have yellow belts because I've been doing a lot of upgrading. There we go. And then plastic is going to have the same thing, but wait, what? No, actually, you should be a green one because the one coming along here is. So you're going to come out. Yes, on this side, so that's going to be... Oh, one later, so it just goes there. Easy. And then we can go up. And then belt. Boom! There we go. It's like it never happened. You saw nothing. Except for the big hole in the ground. It's like it never happened. You saw nothing at all. Nothing. Right. Okay, well, it's helped. Chomp, 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 chomp. I suppose, I mean, the alternative is coming down here and just lend a hand myself, like this. So I could run around in here and just pull out massive quantities of stone, massive quantities of soil. It's not quite as interesting as far as the footage goes. Maybe I should just be going off and making more types of bots. Let's have a quick. What have I not made yet? No, not that tab. This tab. So if we have a look at the robots tab, yes, but not shipped to space yet. Yes. Oh, I've done all of the ones I've researched. So the next thing then would have to be probably the combat robots, because that's the next type of. That's the only one that I've researched that I've not made. Now, granted, once some of these researches finish, I will quickly research the rest of the little drone guys. But at this point, it looks like the logical next thing to be making is going to be the combat robot. So what does this take? The limbs take robot parts, pistons, and steel beams. These take robot parts, pistons, steel beams, and weapon components. That seems logical enough. So I could set up all the machines to just make those without too much difficulty. I've got all of that stuff. There's 4 inputs, which is quite a lot, but okay. And over here for the head, we need robot parts, firmalite, and weapon components as well. So that's 2 things that are needed on both sides of the aisle. And then here, and the steel is a 3rd thing that's needed. So if we bring steel, steel, weapon components, and robot parts up the middle, then I can make. That's all the ones I need in the middle for making both of those. Then there's the torso is going to require CPUs and energy cells. That's fine. The head is going to require firmalite, and then the limbs require pistons. Okay, that seems manageable and doable. Let's have a go at that. I've kind of moved a bit further over from the area I actually cared about. It was more this area where I wanted to get on with the mining. Come on, drones. There we go. But then it needs to go out all the way up to the sky in order for the spaceships to actually be able to take off. So this is going to be a bit of a thankless task. You know what? I feel like I've done enough I've helped. Let's now. In fact, I've helped quite a bit, but it does sort of show why it's taking quite so long to demolish all this stuff. There is a lot of earth there that I don't want. Also, there's another random explosion scar over here. So let's fill that in. If this was actually Minecraft rather than Factorio in a Minecraft world, I would say these look like creeper scars. But yeah, over here it's just my fault. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically this thing again. But I'm going to try not to make one of the mistakes I made last time, which was to not leave enough space on either side to get the bits and pieces out, and it got a little bit spaghetti. Actually, no, maybe it didn't get too spaghetti. This looks all right. So I need to leave. So you know what? I'm going to copy this and then go in and reprogram it, because it is basically correct. It just needs to be told to make different things and have different things brought, and have different resources brought. Oh no, it's weird in the middle. We're not going to do that. We're going to start again from scratch. Yes, we are. So we're going to leave a gap of 3 because that seems like a good idea. Then we need, for each side, we need to have 3 belts, then an inserter, then a machine, then an inserter, then another 3 belts, then another inserter, then another machine, then another inserter, then another 3 belts. That should be the correct size. So let's build out a chunk of foundation and immediately run out because I haven't refilled since someone warned me I was running a bit low. No, I seem to have enough. That's impressive. So there we go. That should be enough. I'm reminded of the joke about why the French have really small omelettes. It's because one egg is enough. And you know what? Even I feel like I should apologise for that joke. Alright, so we have belts coming through here like this. La 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 la. Some of these belts are going to be outputs, not inputs. So there's going to be some trimming going on here before we're finished. And I can't count because there's only room for 2 more belts on this side. And also that shouldn't be like that. I'll put in the 3rd row anyway, a 3rd row like that, just because I can. And then the 3rd belt, like that. So, We're going to need 4 machines on one side, 2 on the other, because you need twice as many limbs because, well, every robot has 2 arms and 2 legs, but only 1 torso and 1 head. And everything takes the same amount of time to build, which is a little bit silly. It'd be, in a way, I kind of... It would be nice if it took twice as long to build the head and the torso, so you need twice as many machines and it was all symmetrical, but never mind. There was one of them, the first set of robots I made, I decided to put legs and head on one side and arms and torso on the other, or possibly vice versa, so there'd be 3 machines on either side. I then decided that was a silly idea, because the legs and the arms take basically the same inputs, so you might as well put them together. So we're going to need to make robot-y bits where we're making the combat bots this time. So we'll start off with the arms mainly because they need an extra thing. Oh, there's another one. We can have personal assistant robots in a moment. And also that means we've now got the shaped charges as well. So that was a combat robot arm. We do another arm. Then we do a leg and another leg. There we go. So that's that. And I've just had a brainwave. So I was talking earlier about why am I not playing with the third dimension. Why am I not playing with the third dimension? I could put the assembly line above the machines making the robot parts, and then I wouldn't have to. And then if I wanted to double the number of those robots I was making, there'd be space to do it. Ding. Right, let's do that this time. So that's arms and legs, and then over here we have heads and shoulders. Head, shoulders, knees, toes, knees and elbows. So over here there are some common parts that everything needed. So we've got parts, pistons and beams. Parts, pistons, beams, that's the same one. Here we've also got parts, pistons, beams and magazines. Over here, these machines should be the other way around, so I don't have to run back and forth as much. Also parts and beams. And parts and not beam weapon components. So that means I need to bring in parts, beams and weapon components on these so that both sets of machines can grab them. So parts, steel beams and weapon components. Here's steel beams, right, so let's extend that one first because I've found it. La 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 la, down to about... Let's extend it to here, and then I can decide, and then I can look at where they all are and put in the appropriate, put splitters and things in the appropriate places. So that one, that's parts, and now I need weapon components, which will be going into the combat parts, which is these guys. So the weapon components should be around here somewhere. There they are, this belt here. Alright, well they're on a red belt at the moment, so let's extend the red belt because I've got some red belts now, and I think I'm running out. By the looks of it, I'm running out of yellow belts. Is that working? It should do. If I've got my bus correct, this should be fine. I know there's no guarantee of that, but right. So that comes to there. Simples. Then we have a splitter. We'll go. Yeah. So this and they're nicely sort of spaced out as well. So this is actually going to be really, really easy. What colour splitters can I use over here? Well, have I got any red ones? Yeah, I have. All right, fine. We'll use a red one over here just because that's what we seem to be using. That's in the wrong place though because I need a space of 2. So we'll remove that. Then we get the splitter. We'll put it in there. It is on this side, isn't it? Yes, it is. That goes there. Then we have a ramp. This will be an up ramp this time, like that. And then that goes in like that. Lovely. Then we do the same thing over here. This time I'm just going to stick with the same colours as I've got on the with the belts coming through. So this one needs to then be one further down. So this one actually is in the right place. That goes there. And then yeah, fine. We use red. Let's use up some of these red belts that I've been picking up from places where they just weren't good enough. So that, and then over here we put one of these in. Another square forward. Which side of the belt? This side of the belt again. Okay. This is all coming together nice and easily. It would be if I didn't accidentally put it on top anyway. So put you there. There we go. And then that, and then that. Boom. Right. There we go. That's my 3 common components. That's all quite nice and easy. Yeah. Oh, you might be right. You might be right, Boardies. Yeah. So yeah, it's possible that each time I set a block, that you can only have one ship work. You can have one ship working on each block I put in. That makes a certain amount of sense, and is a little bit annoying if so. But in which case, maybe I should be going through and sort of just assigning these as smaller individual blocks, and I shouldn't use the mod that somebody said to allow me to upgrade to a massive thingy. Why are the construction blocks slow? This is just the speed that these guys work at. They are. I would like them to be a bit quicker, but to be fair, they are demolishing basically an entire mountain for me. Most of the time, it doesn't matter too much because I can just sort of leave them to it and wander off and go and do more exciting things. But at the moment, I'm kind of impatient because I would like to get these science drones being shipped to space. But then I guess it just means when I get the science drones being shipped to space, I can also get the these guys shipped to space, and I can sort out the selling of both of them at the same time, so that'll make things a little bit easier. Okay, so you're the one that needs the military components, and everything needs and you're the one that needs the steel. So I want to put in a one of these goes here and here, and everything needs these, so that goes there and there. And then I should probably put these in first. I should probably put the massive ones in first, shouldn't I? Just to make sure they fit. But, oh well. That goes there. And then you need... No, you don't need that. You need to go there. Stop that. Go away. That's silly. Put that there, and then there. And... Alright, so you've got... Have I got this right? So you've got those, and you need steel as well. Okay, that's fine. I sort of took this into account, I think. There we go. Nim 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 nim. All right, so we've got we've got components and why? What? Oh, I see. Right, we blame Mike as is traditional. Right, so there we go. We've got the steel and the components going in there. That's fine. The CPUs and batteries will go up the other side. Then over here we've got the weapon parts and the robot components going in, and the firmalite will go up the other side. So that's all good. These machines, I need the steel going into these ones. All of these? Yes. So it's components and steel into all of these. Okay, that's problematic. We can't actually do that unless I can come up with a cunning way of rearranging things. Because to both of these, right? Okay, I think I may have to swap these two machines over. So, because I can't get the steel in. Now this one, I can fix because I can pull that out and put that in there instead, and then put in a medium one here. So that's happy. This machine is happy. This machine is not happy. I may need to rethink, or possibly move that machine to over here because I can't get to the weapon components. Over here, we need steel going into both of these. Now that's going to be fairly easy. We just need to put in two of these. One goes there, one goes there. I do need to extend the belts because I've made them too short, as is traditional. So I'll extend that like that, and then that one like that, and that one like that, even though they're not actually needed. Right, okay, so that's now all good. And if I put in another one of these over here, then that can... So these machines are satisfied, aren't they? Well, not satisfied because they don't have the hydraulic rams yet, but we'll ship those in separately because the heads and the shoulders don't need those. It's just the knees and the elbows. I've not got steel in this one. Oh yeah, that's because this machine got in the way. Right, so if we take you out, even though you've got both the things you want from here, because that's not going to work. So instead we'll put you in here. Yeah, here is fine. And you are going to make combat robot arms, that one. That means we then remove that and that. And that means that then there's room to put in one of these here in order to get the steel into this machine, and that's now happy. Then at this one over here, we need steel, so we want to put in another medium inserter, and that can go there, that fits nicely, and a short one there, and then... No, you don't need steel. Yes, you do. What, I'm confused. It needs component steel and bother. Is this actually not possible? Because I can get the weapon components in here, but then I can't get the steel in because these are all full. You don't need weapon components, do you? No, you don't need weapon components. That's the whole point of coming over here. Yeah, like your legs, you don't need weapon. Right, there we go. That's how it fits. You don't need weapon components. So I can put that there. And over here, you do need robot parts. Oh, I might have just taken it. Yeah. Okay, I took out the one that was needed. Right, there we go. That should now make all the machines happy. So you've got all your inputs, and have some more random junk from me as well. You've got all your inputs. Well, both the inputs I expect from there. And then over here, yeah, we've got all three in that one. And we've got both those in this one. Right. Okay, all is well with the world. And have some more weapon components on the house. Right, that actually works, which is a massive relief, because I was starting to worry that my idea wasn't, my basic design wasn't going to work at all. So next, over here we feed in. We're going to need. Oh, we do need had. This is not making the right thing. This is making combat robot arms. You're making torsos. You need to make heads. Come on, Laurence, sort it out. Combat robot head. There we go. Better. So this one, we need to feed in firmalite and CPUs and batteries. That's annoying because that means we need to feed in with three things coming in over here, which means it's difficult to get the parts out of there. What did I do last time? Because we had the same problem, didn't we? Apparently we didn't. Oh, I made a bigger gap in the middle because there was less overlap. Now, where are you outputting stuff? Yeah, okay. Gonna have to have stuff going away, I think, on the... But I don't know how we're gonna... This is problematic. Or is the head pulling in the wrong items? You sure? Head is pulling in robot parts and weapon components. Which is... Robot parts is this one, weapon components is the third one. Okay, it doesn't need that one, yes, you're quite right. It doesn't need to pull in steel. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, there was a spare inserter in there. Hey, aquatic hauling bots. So at this point, I'm now developing bots faster than I can use them. So, what I'm going to do over here is bring in the first thing here, which is... We've got batteries and... Actually, let's run the belts. I need batteries, CPUs, and firmalite plates. So let's go out and get those. Here's batteries. This is a nice, easy one to find. And that's coming all the way to, yes, over here. Oh, I've run out of blue belts. Yellow belts. Whatever colour I'm using at the moment. So we'll just do the obvious upgrade to green. It's fine. So you come over to, you come over to here. You're bound to be suitable to be the first one, but we'll see whether that makes sense in a moment. CPUs and firmalite. So there's CPUs. So that's this belt here. Shoomp. And CPUs. There they are. Oh no, CPUs and firmalite was the third thing. That one. Just comes all the way through here. Okay. So. Is it possible to make a sushi belt? Yes. I think so. Now you've suggested that, I want to try. Because, yeah, you can have... I could have boxes... I've got filter... Basically, I've got filter inserters, so yes, I could... Sorry, filter splitters. So, I think I should be able to make a sushi belt. You know what? That's interesting enough. Let's give it a try, because I think that's fun. That's fun. Oh, you want me to put a hat on? Okay. I suppose I probably could. I had one on earlier when I was out doing a workout because I was afraid it was going to be cold. And it was a little bit chilly at the start, but it very, very quickly warmed up. So I stopped being cold very quickly and had to take the hat off. It almost fits over my headphones. There we go. Sushi with logic. That's probably better, as you say. Right. Verb. I should catch up on chat a little bit. Al is to blame for giving you the idea for the belt upgrader mod. Interesting. I'm not sure what the squeaking noise was. It's probably my brain trying to work. Okay, so let's allocate a little bit of space over here for trying to sushi up a sushi systems, and then see how we get on. Or should I do it? I could do it above these belts actually. I could have. Yeah, let's try that because that sounds amusing. So what I'm going to do is build up a little bit further. Now I don't want to put things here because that's the level for the. Well, actually, that doesn't actually matter. But I'm going to go another level up anyway. And then I'm going to put in a chunk of foundation. I don't actually need foundation for any of the stuff I'm building at this point, but it feels like I might. I feel like I might as well. So I'm going to have 3 things coming in along here, and I've only got 2 of those. So let's use these ones. So I'm going to have 3 things coming in, and I want to fit. And so they're going to need to be prioritized. So we have 3 things like this, and then we can merge them. And I don't really care about the exact proportions, so I'm just going to be lazy with this. Lazy with my. I'm not going to. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm not going to do a proper 3-to-2 balancer. So here is my output of stuff. Then, so that can go down and be fed into the system. The other part of a sushi system is taking out the stuff that comes back round again in order to feed it back in. And there's not going to be enough buffer for this necessarily. That's probably going to be the breaking. What's going to cause this to break? But let's just put something in first and see how it goes. So along here we could then have another 3 splitters. These will have to be filter splitters. I'm going to have to go and get some. But for now, I'll put them in and then I'll come back and think about it. So oh no, they have built-in filters. I take it back. It must be filter inserters was the thing I added in. So over here we have firmalite. We have CPUs. This is wrong. This is not how you set this up. What are you doing, Laurence? Stop it. Start again. I only actually need 2 of these guys, like that. And then we set the filter on this one to be firmalite. Oh, firmalite. Okay, there's an R in it. And then this one to be CPU, since I've remembered what those are. And we want them to go out to that side. I want these to go out to that side because I don't know, no real reason. So that will split out the 3 different things that are coming back round, and we can then feed them in here as priorities. So we'll make sure we have. Well, we'll feed them back in and see where they end up, and then we'll work out what the priority is going to be. So let's put in a down ramp here. No, that's not going to allow me to use that input. Put in a down ramp there. Then I can belt round from there like this. Forwards, please. There we go. And that can go in there. And then I still can't. No, that's still not. That's still too close. I'm not going to be able because I'm not going to be able to use this. I'm not going to be able to use this input properly. So that's going to have to move. In fact, what I probably am doing wrong here is having this quite so close. Let's move this back again, and then yeah, if I take that out, if I put the downs in like that and that and that, then I can put the actual feeds in here and here and here, and then I can loop these back round like this. And then put in some splitters over here and link them in. So I put my splitters here, and I guess on this side actually makes slightly more sense because then there's a little bit more room. And then put my belts in. I'll set the filters up on them last because otherwise I can see I'm just going to end up doing this going through the motions a 100 times in order to get everything in the right place and working. So there and there and there. Yes, Scotland indeed. I went to Hogmanay in 2008 and have a beanie left over from it. And then I go, what the hell was I doing here? Oh yes, this is the output that goes into the factory, and then this is the input that goes back into the sorting. So we'll bring this out, bring it down, and then a belt comes round and out from there, and somehow finds its way to over here. This whole thing probably should be more linear. I don't know. Or I just loop this back a level down. That probably works too. So let's put in now another down ramp there. Then I can link this belt from there. No, stop it. 3D is hard. Around like that to go into there. Then this can come along here. Actually, might as well go down as it comes across, and can go in there. There we go. So that's my belt. That's my sushi belt. It comes out here past the machines. Then it goes. It has to go up 3 times. So we'll go up once. Turn around. Go up twice more. No, up twice more. There we go. And feed into there. Right. Oh, and I need to set the input priorities on all of these splitters that I can't get at anymore, to take in from the right hand side. There we go. 1. Oh, I can see them actually. Right and right. So I'm a little bit concerned. I have a bit of concern this is going to jam up because we're just feeding in constantly. So I think that's probably potentially going to be a problem. But we shall see. The first of the leg builders can't get robot parts. Are you sure? Which one's hang on, which one's legs? This is arms. So this one's legs. Do legs need robot parts? I'm sure they do. Yes, they do. Okay, so it's not getting robot parts at the moment, but there isn't a clash. It can. I just need to put that in there. There we go. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, those are now the same, which is good. Yeah, oh yes, Sophia. As I think Persistent said, there is a way to ping me and get my attention. It's a basically, if you drop bits in, it makes a bite or attacker noise and panics me, and then I'll go and find it. I think I've done heavy explosive charges now. Sushi belt splitters, It's not that kind of show, Sophia. Well, not unless you bribe me a lot more and find a way to not get me banned from Twitch. Well, I was going to say you can donate through Ko-fi if you want instead, but I don't know if that helps. Because well, that then means you don't get the pinging effect. So maybe that's not worthwhile. All right, so this is going to be a little bit annoying because I can't put this in the right place, and for other reasons besides. Right, so let's put this in first. Like, oh come on, clip onto there. It's not hard. There we go. Right. So this first one, getting the batteries in is going to be actually relatively easy. Because I can put one of these on the end of here. Oh, actually the CPUs are going to be alright as well. If I could place these things in midair, it'd help. Right, there we go. Wait, that's not... I've got this wrong. That's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be there. And then I can feed this from here into there. Okay, so I've got the positioning slightly wrong, but never mind. There we go. Right, so those are being fed in now. Next one, and that means we're going to get a full... Unfortunately, that means we're going to get an absolutely full belt of them going through. So can we move that to there? I think so. We'll check the numbers in a minute. Then that goes on there. Not there. No, I'm too far along. Damn it. Try again. That goes to there. Then we can put in the ramp. And then the belt goes across there. And that's my second thing going in. Lovely. Oh, I've not set my filters. Ah! No. Right, so you're bringing, what are these things? Energy cells. Filter. Energy cells to the right. There we go. They all go down there now and they'll start flowing through. Then over here, it's going to be CPUs to the... No, it's not. It's going to be something else to the other thing. Firmalite to the left. Filter. Find. Firmalite. That one. And that goes to the left. Okay, so I'm going to have to pull a load of stuff off here, but I was kind of resigned to that happening anyway. For my next trick, I should attempt to get the firmalite all the way up to here from all the way down here, which means I need to put in another splitter, like that. And then, I guess, can I just do many of these? Yes. Is this going to be adequate? I think yes, this is going to work well enough. Bring it to there and then across there. Then we're feeding in the firmalite. Right. Now, if I come along here and just collect a large quantity of... well, collect a large quantity of everything. Probably from here. There we go. We're getting... There's some yellow belts in here for some reason. Oh, I see why. Going along there, then coming through here, then going up there. Why is none of the firmalite getting through? Why is nothing getting through from here? Have I got a priority set on this splitter? So I don't want to have any input priorities set. Problem is, I built this so close together, I can't see what's going on. Ugh. Yeah, so... Ah, they are flowing through. Excellent. Yes, this is working. Ooh, I've been brought cake. Thank you very much. Although it has it immediately jammed up again, of course, because why wouldn't it? Alright, so we do have everything flowing through here until it jams. And it jams because the belts fill up and... Do I need the output belts to be faster? If I go through and make all the inputs yellow ones... Oh, too hot. Then will that improve things? Because I know normally you need to have a... in Factorio, rather. I say normally. In Factorio, you need to have... oh, I can't. These are too close together. You need to have logic to tell it to stop putting extra stuff in. I think just doing it sort of naively with a load of splitters like this, I feel doesn't work, but it's been so long since I set one up, I can't remember. So yeah, we want the recycled stuff to be passed in as quickly as possible. And so yeah, having the new stuff coming in on red belts will hopefully make it a lower priority. Now this looks okay. The firmalite is just going round and round and round. The CPUs seem to be just going round and round and round. And the batteries seem to be as well, although we have too many batteries. Let's take some of those out. So it's at least down to, there we go. Okay, that feels okay. So I think that might be a functioning system. Now it's just occurred to me that in order to make this work, I'm going to need to take out all of this foundation. And thank goodness it's just the foundation that I need to take out. Because you can't put inserters under... Inserters are 2 blocks high, basically. Right, so that's now functioning, I think. So let's actually test it properly by putting in one of these here, one of these here, and then an output boop, 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 here and here. And come to think of it, these should run this way so they can then go upwards, because I was going to put the next stage above. And if I want to expand it, then I don't want to be running this backwards. So let's take out these belts as well. To here. I didn't say go downwards, or at least I didn't mean to say go downwards, maybe I did. I can go over there, and then, right. Now I can bring belts out again, and it doesn't really matter what colour. What colour have I got a lot of? I've got lots of red ones. I don't think I'm going to be requiring more throughput than red belts are going to provide. So I'll bring these out like this. And I'll bring these ones out like this. Yes, the corner was deliberate for once. And yeah, we'll see how that goes while I shove some food in my face. Oh, it's all gone squish. The top part of the cake is significantly tougher than the middle part of the cake. So when you try and stick a fork through it, the middle part goes squish. This actually seems to be working. I'm quite pleased with that. Thank you, Mark, for suggesting that. It's yeah, I approve. That was nice and fun and a little bit of a brain screw. So yeah, good to get that in. Thank you. I'm not even sure. It's got some. It's got pastry on the top and bottom, or with icing on top of the pastry, and then some sort of creamy goo in the middle. It's quite tasty. Right. So we need to bring in hydraulic pistons for all of these, but that's only one thing that needs to come in, and then we can have 2 belts taking everything straight back out again. So let's get rid of those like that. And go and find the pistons. We are taking the pistons from over here. And I don't have very many yellow belts, I know this from before. But we'll do what we can. Do what we must, because we can. Come all the way over to here. And then, oh, I've got a few more yellow belts, haven't I? Because I just grabbed a load from demolishing a thingy. Come on, this way. Backwards belt, there we go. Well done. Alright, so they come over here and to, well, it would be to here, but I've run out. Fine. Fine. Green it is then. And we're going to need red for the outputs, which is absolutely ridiculous, but never mind. So that goes to there. Then we have a ramp. It goes there. And a splitter. Goes there. And then we can put a little bit more belt from there to there. There we go. There's our pistons. Then over here, we need inputs, which is the long boy, like that, and that, and that, and that. And that means we also need to extend this belt, like so. And then we have outputs, which is you can be on the near side, near, far, far. And I've been using red belts for this, so I'll carry on because I've got them from upgrading stuff, so why not? And a red belt is, as previously discussed, going to be more than fast enough. So bring that along there, and then along there. And I think that's all four. Yeah, that is all of the robot components now. We've got all 4 parts. So the next step is going to be to build one of these guys up in the sky. And I probably don't have the bits for that, because I think I grabbed all the parts I was going to need for the previous one, and then that was it. So let's go shopping. But let's first put in put some pie in the sky. So we're going to put this at least... Yeah, this high seems like a reasonable place to put it. So we'll draw... I'm going to build it on foundation, even though I don't think I actually need to, because it feels silly not to. So I'm going to get some more foundation. I'm going to get a load of these things, and then just build out a massive thingamawhatsit. Okay, Peter, well, thanks for dropping in. Good to have you here. Yeah, the sushi was fun. I enjoyed that. And the cake, too. Okay, and persistent, good night. Well, everyone's running off. Was it something I said? Maybe. Right, so, all of my assembly line stuff is being built over here. Bonk, I think. Yes, what are you? You're on assembly line start. So if we click manage inventory, then I can split this. Not like that. Not like that. There we go. I want one assembly line start. That's quite enough. Thank you very much. And then here we are making the assembly line producers. So there are 4 parts that go into a bot. There are 6 parts go into a bot. Head, shoulders, knees is 2, toes, elbows is the other one. So 6. So we need 12 of these. So 12 split. Perfect. Take those. Then on to the next one, which is presumably painters. Yes, I only want 1 of these. That is sufficient. And then, what are you? Okay, I don't need assembly line rail because I'm going to build more carefully than that. I do need assembly line spaceport, and that's somewhere over here, in with the what's it called? The construction material production, because it had required all the same things. Construction material. There we go. This bunny. So yeah, I'll have one of those. Thank you. And I should really put in another. I think it's 2 emergency bacons. Is it just iron and steel for emergency bacons? I think it is. Let's try. No, construct. So emergency bacons coming from here. Right, so there's a little bit of constructing needed to make those, a bit of pocket crafting, but that's fine. Annoyingly, you can't make these emergency beacons in an assembly machine. So every spaceport I've built, I've had to make at least 1 emergency beacon by hand in order to build it, which is a little bit of a faff, but never mind. Right, shove them in there like that, and there we go, building again. Lovely. Didn't get the foundation. I'll also do a dump all of the NAF belts that I've been picking up as well, and upgrade and just grabbing lots of more green ones. I'll take 3,000 of those because I'm going to be building a large area. Right, so down here, you can have those. Geez, 366 of them. Whoop! I'm a bit too fast with the jetpack. I overshot there. You can have 32 of those, and you can give me... Oh, I've already got lots, actually. I don't really need that many more of them, but that's fine. How am I doing for ramps and stuff? I've got 60 of... Oh, I could ditch some lower quality ramps as well, if that's sensible. And splitters and things. Just get everything down to a manageable quantities. Have some... Oh, it's already got all of those. All right, I'm not going to be not going to be dumping them then, or them. Ooh, got rid of some of those though. And over here, can get rid of some ramps. Yeah. Yes, I do indeed need welding machines. So that's that. The welding machines and the attaching machines are actually the same machine. So if we look at these 2 that I've already got, we've got the assembly line start there. Then we've got 12 whatever they were called, and half of them are putting pieces on, half of them are welding those pieces in place. And then at the end we've got a painter and then a spaceport. So yes, you're quite right, they do need welding together, but that is included in the price. Bonk. Right. How big are these things? Apart from very being the obvious answer. Assembly line producer is 15 wide. Okay. Let's make you 15 wide then, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15. Donk. And then we can just extend this out from here. Do massive cantilevering, but never mind. I'll come back and I promise to come back and put in some supports later when I remember. Do not want that. The leaves just all disappeared, but the trunk is still there. Push. It works. I knocked the tree over. Right, and we'll extend this out a bit further, and that mushroom's going to get in the way, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. It's just going to graphically get in the way, which is almost as bad. That is a big mushroom. Pop. It's only 16 biomass for that massive, massive mushroom. I feel cheated. Could have used the tree as a support. Yeah, I like the sort of like the idea. Okay, assembly line start. You go there, and then we find out that the next part doesn't fit. Probably, we'll see. Assembly line producer. That's what we call it. Okay, no, that is actually in the right place. I think. Yes, that's centered on the. Yeah, I got that in the right place. So la 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 la. We put in a bajillion of these, and then we go along and program them all in a moment, which will take a little while, but that's okay. We have. I was going to say we have time, but we also have trees in the way, so. And possibly mushrooms. Actually, I don't think those mushrooms are in the way, but I do think that this tree is going to be in the way as well. How many have I got in now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're most of the way through the producers. I wanna be a producer. But there's still the spaceport to put in on the end, so no matter how much I build, it's not going to be enough. There we go. Have that, and then we have some more of these. Boom. Basically, I just keep doing this until I actually run out. Come on, clip into place. There we go. Ah, there we go. I've run out. So I'm going to carry on putting the other bits and pieces in, and then after that, I'll come back and put in the foundation as required. Although I'm going to need to laze these trees onto. There we go. So, can I now put the landing pad, this guy, on the end of here, or is it going to be funny about it? I think it's going to be funny about it, and I sort of don't blame it because this is a bit weird, and why would it attach on there? So that's fine. I'll put down some more foundation so it's got something to cling to, and then see how we get on from there. So out to here. That's underneath the main. Oh no, it's not. I'll come out quite a lot further than I needed to, like 4 further. How big is that? Is that spaceport? It is 31 by 27. Okay. 31 is here. 27 is there in that piece of rock, in that piece of stone. Sorry, a piece of earth. This is a large fellow, and this is assuming I've got it in exactly the right place, which I probably haven't, and that it's not going to line up quite right. But it's easier to put it in, see how it's wrong, and then put in more foundation to correct that, than it is to try and actually measure things, work out where it's supposed to go. What's all these trees poking through? This is very distracting. Right, there we go. So that's not. Have I gone further than I needed to because I forgot the 4 that I'd already put in there? Probably. Right, let's try test. Let's do a test of it. If I put you. Okay, yeah, I did mess it up a little bit, but that's okay because having the foundation go into the hill is a nice way to make it feel like it's supported. So if I put that there, it is 1 square out. So I need to come over here. I need to put 1 more row along here, like that. Boink, and then I can Press the wrong button. I can demolish this, which takes a moment. Like that. And then I can put it back in again. This time, offset by 1. Like that. That should be in the right place. It is. Excellent. So there's one thing I've noticed. This game has a feature where you can put in splitters and extra pieces of this assembly line rail. But so far there's not been any need to, because all the machines run at exactly the same speed, which is already faster than it needs to be for the stuff I'm trying to do. So it's been completely unnecessary. But I like the idea and hope that it becomes more relevant in the future. Put you there, because then I can run that to there and there and there. There, and there, and there. No, I skipped one. That would have been a real pain to work. Well, it wouldn't have been that difficult to work out actually, because I'd have been able to see which one wasn't working, but it would have been quite annoying. Right, and this guy doesn't take high voltage power. This is low voltage, and it's powered off. So it's powered off the foundation, I believe. Okay, so now we need to make our robots. So over here, we need to configure all of these machines. So we're going to be making combat robots this time. So that's fine. Oh, it's just taking in power. Right. So we've got, that's going to be the torso. Then we can say combat robot. It's all right. We'll do the limbs first. So we'll do a left arm. And then a right arm. Then we'll do a left leg. And a right leg. Then we'll do the head. I've put in too many machines. It's only 10 because I forgot that you don't need any for the torso. Exactly, boardies. Yes, I think it's future-proofing for updates, as you say. So that was all the bits. That last one was head, wasn't it? Yes. Damn it. So I've got this wrong. I want to do combat robot, weld, left arm. Combat robot, weld, right arm. Combat robot, weld, head. Combat robot, weld, left leg. Combat robot, weld, right leg. And then we go, fa. That shouldn't be there. Okay, so we'll remove this. And this. And this. Because it's in... Actually, I could just run some track through. Let's just run some track through. Let's go and get some track. And we'll run it through the middle of there. Because it's easier than ripping all that up again. Yeah, where am I going? Over this way, please. The problem with the base getting this big is it takes a long time to fly across it to find the stuff I need. Alright, so down here somewhere. Touchdown. Whee! Bonk. Yes, there we go. Track. I don't need 200 of it. I don't know how much I do need. Let's take 50. That is more than enough. But better to have too much than too little. And have to do this entire flight again. There is a logical reason that the those orders are different, and that's because I wanted to put the limbs on first, but then when I set up the welding, it was in the order it was in the list. It's not a very good reason, but that is the reason. That is why it has happened. Okay, so was it arms, then legs, then head? Yes. That's a leg. I can see the I can see the foot on the end of it, and that's an arm. I guess that's a gun on the end of it or something. Right. Okay. Let's get it up there. So I would like you to go this way. So we're going to have a fixed point, fixed point there, and we're going to go up to another fixed point. No, we're not. We're going to go up one and and go to there, and then many ups. So it needs to come up to this height. How far along will that take us? Okay, that's too far. So from here, we don't need that and that. I'm going to end up with so many random robot parts in my inventory from sorting this out, I can just tell. No, stop that. Up. Just another one of those press the right buttons, Laurence, moments. Okay, that isn't going to work. Yeah, we're only going to be able to do one. Okay, let's go back down to here. So we'll go to there. Then if I go up one, that'll get me to here. This pylon is in a really awkward place. This pylon is moving because it's causing all of my problems. There we go. Now I can have this loop back round like this. Come up to the right height. And come to here. And then I can go, oh wait, that's still not going to work because I'm going to want to put one of these on here to split it. And that ain't going to fit. Could split it down here. No, that's just getting silly. This is just going to have to go further out, isn't it? Oh, I've taken out something I didn't mean to. Carry on. In fact, what have I... No. That is about the sensible amount of out to do there. But then if I bring it out from here... Come on, snap onto the right thing. Bring it out from here 2 squares like that. And then go up to the right height, like so. Then come over to here. Here. Then come to here. Right, there we go. Now it's going to work, because now I can actually fit the splitter on the end there. Except I can't, because it's not snapping in nicely. I have to use the free placement thing. You go... is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. There we go. And then we have one of them there, and we have the other one of them there. Right, that is my... what limb am I doing? Arms. So now we need to do the same thing, sort of thing, with the legs. So from here we'll go out. I think if we go out to here, then I can come to here, and then I can go up above this one to this corner, like that. And then, hopefully, can I thread the needle? Where are you going? Can I thread the needle through here? Yes, I can. That can come through. Why are you there? Why are you not there? There we go. Can I thread the needle through there? Yes, I can. Like that. That's really good. Let's bring that to there. Then one more up. To there. This is fitting in really nicely. I'm happy with this. I need to put that onto there, but it's not going to snap into the correct place. So free place again. And then I'll come back and have a look at chat, because I've probably missed a million messages by this point because I've been concentrating. No, back to the belt. You go in there. You go in there. And then I only have the heads to worry about, which I can get over from the other side. Right. Phew. Count on supporters to hold up the floating platform. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, this is the whole point of this is the future proofing for updates. Is the reason I've got it up there as well, because now if I decide I want to make these combat robots twice as quickly, I can just double the length of this under here. And okay, I'll have to tweak the sushi belt, but basically that's going to get me twice the capacity of robot parts being made, which I can't do with any of the other ones because I've made them at ground level. I also realise that's not what you're talking about. Elevators are a possibility, but they're quite big and they're quite expensive, and I sort of like the idea of just doing it with these things, to be honest. All right, which one's which here? You are a torso. Okay. So that one is a torso. Where do torsos get put in? Is it still around the side? It is still around the side. Does it have to be that side? No, things can be put in on the other side. Interesting. I don't know if that's going to be relevant, but it's nice to know. Who was the torso? Yes, you were the torso. Okay. So can we go up twice before we go anywhere else? Yes. So we can go up twice to here. Fixed point there. And then up some more to get to... I mean, here is going to be where we want to get to. Well, actually here. Okay, that kind of works. And then we can loop that back round like that. There we go. There's my torsos. And then it's just the heads that need to be taken miles down there. And that should be easy because I can do a bit of... I can fall out of the sky apparently because I stood on something. These could be then taken in a sort of... They can go up and around in a loop and then up and just follow along underneath this platform. So it's going to be really quite easy comparatively. So, let's have a couple of ups. Can't have a couple of ups. We can have one up. We can come around this way. Have the second up. And a third up. And a fourth and a fifth up. There we go. So I'll put in that much of it first. Because I've gone way too far. Probably. Oh no, maybe not. This one should be the machine doing the heads then. So we go from here. It's a backwards belt. No, a backwards belt. There we go. And I want to go down to... Okay, I did go a bit too far. I should come across here. And then I can... Bonk, 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 bonk. And then this one goes in here. And that's my heads. Lovely. Now, none of this is working because it doesn't have power at the moment, but that's fine and expected and known about, and relatively easy to fix. So now I've got all of that in, I can bring this guy back over here. I could even put him right up here, I suppose. But no, let's put him back. Let's put him down here. I don't know why, but it feels sort of sensible. And then let's go along here. Are you all happy now? You should be. Yes, you are. Ah, there's a robot coming for me. Do I have anything you want? Yes. How about now? Yep, still yes. Okay, we'll try with the next one as well. Just get rid of all these arms for the robots. Arms for the robots. What about you? We'll cut legs? No legs. Heads. Right, why are my legs not making it? Where are my legs? Oop. Is there a gap in the belt or something? Yes, there is indeed a gap in the belt. I have a bad feeling about this. Yes, that's why. Okay, well, this is fairly easy to botch together. So from here, I would like to put in a ramp immediately. And then that goes from there to there and is now okay. Now I do have more limbs that I can unload though, so let's come along here. Have an arm. Why do I have so many robot bits? I have some more arms. I have many robot bits. Also now I have lots and lots of legs, so you can have some more legs. And so can... That's your head. I mean, I do want to get rid of all these spare heads, but... Right, okay, that's all my legs gone. That's a weird thing to say. And that's all my arms gone, but I think I still have some heads. Oh, there we go, that's all my heads. Right, so there we go. We are making lots and lots of robots. I have... Chunk. This is how this is what an assembly line is supposed to look like. A steady stream of parts of robots coming through, being steadily built, just like this. This is not going to carry on for very long, however, because I've about to run out of parts. But now I can go. Oh, no grid connection. Okay, let's plug that in. Hopefully, I can reach from there to. It's too far away. Oh, bother. Okay, that was not a problem I was expecting to have, but. Fair enough, I suppose. There we go. At least it was allowing me to go from a assembly line part to a pylon and then back again. I wasn't sure whether it was going to. Right, you are making combat robots and you are painting them. What was my colour scheme? I know I was basically making them blue because I was basically making them an appropriate colour for what they were, but I was making the heads blue because they're my robots, I think. I mean, it's entirely cosmetic. Oh, I haven't brought the paint over. It's entirely cosmetic, so it doesn't actually matter. So, yes, we have a paint system here. This is a pipe. This is a pipe full of paint. I need to get this off to the next one. I assume it doesn't pass through, because that'd be far too easy. So I'm going to have to dig a trench here. Which feels a bit old-fashioned, but okay. Boom, 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 boom. At least I've got the nice quick digging laser at this point, so it's actually not too painful to do this. Right, you are no longer going to be a standard simple straight piece of pipe. You are going to be a T intersection, and you are going to be pointing downwards, but not like that. Yes, like that. Excellent. And then we're going to use the magic pipometron. And we're going to go from there through here. La 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 la. To, well, I guess we're going to go up at some point, aren't we? So we're going to come to here. Then we're going to go up out of the hole. And we're going to go underneath this. Because why wouldn't we? Whoop. How long are you being? Okay, we'll come under this to here. Then we'll shoot this mushroom. And then we'll go, why do we not have enough paint? And we'll have to go off and sort that out. Put that there. And then, no, the other rotation. H, apparently. Boom, and a corner. I don't know why I didn't use the magic tool for this, but never mind. Right. So we now have a woeful shortage of paint, which is stopping all of the robot production. Why is that what's happened there? These ones are still happening, but they're there at the beginning of the pipe, I guess, so they get priority. Let's go and investigate the paint production, shall we? And let's try and finish off the cake detritus as well. So paint is mostly made. These are oil-based paints, so they're made in the petrochem area. I have amazingly, despite my absolutely atrocious memory, I'm not too bad at remembering where things are in my factory. I think I have a sort of, I think it uses, because it doesn't use my memory, it uses my spatial awareness or something like that. It kind of works. This is my paint pipe, and it is currently an empty paint pipe. It's because we have one machine making paint, and it's just working too hard. It can't keep up with the rate we're making robots at. And I can't go and see this panel just to make sure that... Oh, there we go. Right, all the inputs. I mean, they're not filling up quite as quickly as I would expect them to. But maybe that's just the rate the machine fills up at. Because they're all going up at the same rate. And I'd expect at least water to be functionally infinite. Okay, so here we have blue. And we have other blue. And we have... pink, all going into this machine, and I need more of it, basically. This is going to be problematic because this is very crammed in, and I could put another machine here. That's fine, that's not the problem, but getting the appropriate pipes to it really is going to be, because this pink pipe needs to go into the first one, but it also needs to go past because it needs to get to over here. And there isn't room for it to do a little sort of wiggle round the other two inputs because this is in the way. Basically, all of this is built far too close together. And also on the other side, there is an input. Oh, there is the output paint pipe. Okay, well, let's remove that first to at least to here, because that's very in the way. And then we'll remove both of these machines. What even are they? Chemical processors. Okay. And then I'll put one back in, and if I put it 1 square further away, then I think suddenly all of my problems will go away. Chemical processors. So instead of having it right up against the inputs like it was before, let's move it 1 square further away, which means there, I think. Nope, no, it doesn't. Why did it? Oh, I see. This is in the way. We'll put that back in a moment because I like to at least pretend my stuff is being supported. So actually we'll put you, instead of there, instead of there, we'll put you there. What's in the way? I don't see what's in the way. Oh, unless these are still in the way and I need to take a bit more out. I'm not sure. Right, let's try it again. Chemical processor. Instead of going there, I want you to go there. And then I also want to extend this to wherever. That's fine. And put in a second one. And maybe even a third one won't fit. But okay, we'll worry about a third one probably very, very soon when it becomes a problem. So, right, this one over here, this is going to be really easy to fit, to get working again, because we just put this pipe in, boink, 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 like that. Job done. Then I'm going to come over out here, and I'm going to update this pipe over here to come along here like this. I don't even know which of these is the correct output. We'll work it out in a minute. It doesn't really matter. We'll come down here and we'll tell this to start making paint again. So we'll at least have some paint coming out. So we make paint. I'm going to tell you to make paint as well. There we go. Right, so we're going to have, at least we're trying to make paint. And if we hook up the correct one of these, which is, of course, the first one, the one we didn't hook up. So if we take one of these, turn it into a T, put it in there. Right, we are now at least making paint at the same rate we were making it before. So that's a good start and means things are no worse than they were. And I think it's nice to have things at least sort of vaguely working. Then over here, we then have the joy of trying to hook all this back up again. Right, so the pink one goes into the first exit. So you need to come out, and you just get straight up replaced with the T-piece like this, and then we can have a straight pipe going in there, and that's done. That's easy. Then we have the middle one is this pipe that doesn't actually carry on going this way. Okay, so we take you out, and then we put another T intersection in here, but this way up. Yes. I actually pressed the right rotate for the other one of the other dimensions. That's amazing. That never happens. Then that comes along to here, where we put in another T intersection on it like that. No, wait, we don't. We put it in here because I put that in the wrong place. Yeah, no, I haven't. I put it in the right. Ah, bother. Middle pipe is this one, right? Okay, so yes, it should. I had it. I was right the first time. So that pipe goes in there. That doesn't happen. We can perhaps extend this one a little bit further just for funsies. I don't know if there's any point, but I'll put another couple of pieces on the end of there just in case. Right, and then on here we put in a corner like that and a corner like that, and that's my second ingredient being fed in. And then the third one is actually going to be fairly easy because we've got the pipe here, so we cut that, then we get another T. I said we get another T. Can't get another T because I can't see it, or I can see it but I can't click on it. And then we start doing the same sort of shenaniganery with the corners again, like that and like that. Now you should be a happy bunny. You are. You're filling up. Lovely. Right, so that has doubled my paint production rate. Is that going to be enough? Ha! I very much doubt it. So now the question is, how do I spaghetti some more in there to make sure I've actually got a decent supply of it? Because I don't think we had enough before I even put in the third assembly line. So I definitely need to double it again. Now I feel like the easiest way to do this is going to be carry on with these 3 pipes in a vertical arrangement like this, which is quite neat and seems to work. If I put in a set of T-pieces on all of these, then I can bring all the fluids over this way to the other side, and I can put in another 2 of these chemical plants in this area, feeding directly straight into the same pipe, and that'll be I think is going to be the easiest way to do that. So let's take out a chunk from there to there, because I'm going to need to I'm going to need to foundation all of that. I've got more of these things, which is quite nice. And in fact, if I take a copy of this and copy the pipes on the other side, this bit over here, no, if I copy this one and the pipes on the other side of it, then I should get most of what I need, I think. I will also want to extend this a little bit further before I take the copy. So probably to there, actually. That'll be far enough. Oh, suddenly all of the... So no, it isn't just... It turns out it isn't just one construction ship for each area of digging you request, because 4 of them have turned up for this. It's a tiny, tiny area, but I've got 4 of my drone ships have turned up to help. So, yeah, thanks for coming and helping, guys, but I feel like your priorities are a bit skewy. You done? I think you're done. Yeah, probably good enough. Right, so step n+1, copy. So I want to get a copy of everything out to 2 squares beyond. So we'll take from, actually we'll take from here, the pipes will overlap, but that's fine. To, oh no, and I only wanted 1 machine because the second machine was a bit of a mess. So I want to go out to here, under the pipes, then up to whatever, who cares. Then I want to say confirm copy, and I want to bring it over here, and I want to flip it round, and then put it in directly opposite this machine, so that will go, oh, whatever, put it there, and then we'll adjust it into position. Bonk, and bonk. Right, that looks, yeah, that's correct. So we can now do a confirm paste here, and then we can go bonk, 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 bonk. One more bonk. Bonk, there we go. And confirm paste again. Right, there we go. There's 2 more machines. They're all already set up, and now all I need to do is link the pipes over here to the pipes over there. And these 2, okay, these 2 need to be turned into T-pipes. That's not too difficult. We have the technology. We're used to doing this at this stage of the game. So that there. And you know what? I'm going to make that one a T as well, just in case I decide I want to do anything else further over there with water. Then I can get smart drag guy from here and whoop, and go absolutely nuts with the jetpack. Lovely. I can go to there. That one can... Oh. Okay, that one's going to go over the top to get to there. And that one's going to go over the top to get to there, which is... a bit of a shame. I was hoping for a nice, neat pipe system, and oh dear, it's got too long. Or too complicated. Too complex is what the game actually calls it. So where does the water come? Okay, the water comes in from somewhere. This isn't water, this is one of the oils. Oh no, it's water. And yeah, it's too big. Where do you come in from? I think it probably... Yeah, yes, there we go. It comes in from over there. So I think... and there's a pylon right here. So let's just cut this pipe right here, right now. Boom, boom. And then I can stick in a pump. Pump. Are you in high voltage mode? You are now. You can go... I twitched, didn't put it in the wrong place. Is this what they mean by Twitch gaming? Put that in there. Bleep. And then the final step of that is link you to that. And there we go. Now everything is happy over here. This is a horrible, horrible tangle of piping. Now, I could bring this from here over to there and plug it in here, but actually I quite like that they're all running off the same sort of immediate pipes over there. It feels kind of sensible, logical, etc., etc. So I'm going to leave that like that. We've now got 4 machines. No, we haven't, because that needs to be dumping out into there. And oh, that one's got its... Oh, that's interesting. No, not that. Don't select that. Select that piece of pipe. Then put that in there. Do I mean there? I do not mean there. I mean in there. Take that back again. Yeah, because there wasn't anything over here before. So when I pasted it in, it got its T piece of pipe there, and then we've got two more over here. Right, so there we go. We've got all 4 machines running now. This is going to be one of those things where we've got a lot of buffer to fill up. It's currently empty. We're dumping in 1,800, 1,900, 2,000 litres of paint per minute, which is quite a bit. But it's all just pouring out at the other end into the machines, through the pump at the other end. So yes, there's a lot going in, but also yes, there's a lot going out. However, if we fly back over to the robot production area, we might find that we've actually got enough paint over there now, and everything is happy. I feel like that's possibly wild mass optimism, but we can hope, can't we? So this is the paint pipe coming through here. How full are you? Still empty, but we do have 3,200 litres of paint going through every minute. So yeah. But these robots are going through. They're getting painted. I think it's a little slow. These guys are still not getting painted. Have I? Oh yeah. The pipe the paint is coming through the pipe correctly. So that is working. It's just we're not. It's just the paint is struggling to get in here. We're struggling to get. Yeah, we're struggling to get the 3,200 a minute. Well, I suppose that's if it's running absolutely flat out. I expect it to run flat out very briefly and then calm down a bit, because we're not making that many. We're not making as many robots as this thing is capable of making. So this should be all right, maybe. Oh, okay, Bob. Thank you. So the diggy robots. It sends out 1 ship per sector that has some digging that requires to be done in it. So that one over there just happened to be on the junction of 4 sectors, which is why it got done so quickly. And this massive one over here that's we've been working on this all stream, I think. Well, not quite actually, but it feels like it. Is in 1 sector, so there's only 1 ship come out to do it. Great. Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know why it's a bit crap. I do appreciate it. No, not that. That, yes, well done. Right, so build a strand of this going out over this way to bring the power through, and whatever else we may need. And yeah, go under there as well. Fine. Because there's still those science bots that I started making about 2 weeks ago that I've not been able to ship to space because I've only just got enough space to actually put down a spaceport. So let's do them now. My line comes across to here. Probably about here. Yeah, that'll do. And the inputs are somewhere in the middle. Well, just it doesn't really matter. I can make the belt wiggle as required. And those things, those landing pads are these guys. They are 20 by 10. Okay, that feels small these days, which is kind of terrifying. So we want to go 10. No. 20 by 10. There we go. And now I can put in one of these guys. No, I can't because it's too far away to copy. I can put in one of these guys. Boink. Just like that. And then I come over here and I run that belt, but I don't have enough of that belt type, so I'm going to be using green belts. Hurrah! I'm going to run that straight through here, straight through the middle, and wow, straight into there. It did line up perfectly. Shipping pad is not configured. Fine. That's okay. That is was expected. Configure. Configure. Oh, patch the space station's blocked. Fine. I wasn't quite as good at removing the stone from up here as I intended to be. So we'll do a little bit of this slightly more manually. Just a little bit of tidying up as a treat. You call that. There we go. Now it's probably going to be happy. Bonk. Alright. Now I can configure it. Bop. So going from factory to space station, and it's going to be not those guys, science assistant drones, confirm. And we'd like to take a bajillion of them at a time. We always want the ships to be full, and we're going to be mostly using these ones, but sometimes we use these ones. Like I said, I could set it to 33, but 100,000 is also good enough. Right, and now in they went. Has that filled it up, and it's just animating the thing actually filling up? Yes, I think it has. Wow. Okay, so just like that, we now have science assistant drones being fed up to the space station. Over here, I don't remember actually configuring this guy, so I might have some robots standing around. No, they're still unpainted. So I need to configure this. We want to say, where's factory to space station? You're doing combat robots, which is that guy, and also, as before, we'd like to set that to a rather large number. It's going to be a medium ship. No, it's not actually. It's going to be a small one. So there's only actually needs to be 8, but I'll set it to 200 anyway, because the higher, the less likely it is to screw something up. So there we go. We can now, if we ever manage to get any paint through, we'll start feeding the robots in here, and things will work. That is an import on this side, isn't it? I haven't done something. I can put the paint in there, can't I? I'm sure I did on a previous one, so it must be all right. Because there's a pipe in. Yeah, the last one has it. This one has it going in on its on the left side like that. So this clearly does work. It must just be that we still haven't caught up on the amount of paint we need, which is horrifying. This is always empty. How's the backlog of actual robots to paint going? This one. Okay, so over here the robots are coming through, but only at the sort of. This is sort of the speed I expect to be building them at. Presumably, yes, we've got a shortage of robot parts over here now, and over here. Yeah, again, this is sort of the rate I would expect to be building them at. We've presumably got a shortage. Yeah, we've got a shortage of whichever bit of robot that one is. So this is okay, kind of. The fact that this pipe still isn't filling up is a little bit concerning. Are we filling up massive buffers in these machines? Well, I almost got up to 5,000, so it is only actually using paint when it's doing the painting. So that is a full buffer. Over here, I'm guessing it's probably going to be the same. Yeah, that's a full buffer too. So is this actually just that we are getting through the paint at the rate that 4 machines can produce it at? Or is there a problem at the other end and some of those machines aren't working properly? I suspect we need more paint production. Oh, I dislike this. I'm going to trim this out because this is too much. No, not there. This is too much sticky outy bits, and I don't like it. It's fiddly and faffula. So we'll go to there, and then just get rid of all of that mountain, please. All that bit of mountain, and oh yeah, and how about this one as well? We don't like this guy either. There's not very much of that, but if we could just get rid of it, then that'd be nice. And then over here, I suppose I need to do it again from there. It's only coming in a couple of squares at this point. Actually, I don't. This is all fiddly and nibbly and gross as well. So let's get rid of a chunk of that, and then I'm going to have to come across and get rid of this bit and that bit, and it's a never-ending task, isn't it? Really? No, there and there and yeah, there. Removing mountains is a never-ending task, especially when you started off using explosives and space lasers. So nibble it back. Yeah, so the paint is getting through. We're seeing it flickering on the pipe, like. So some paint is getting through. It is refilling at the other end, and all these machines are working. I think it is just simply that we're using so much paint that we can't keep up with production. Yeah, there's no paint in the output here. We've got all the inputs. It is producing. This one is also producing and has nothing in the output. This one is producing and nothing in the output. This one is producing and nothing in the output. So we're making 3,200 per minute, which is a lot of paint. And somehow it's turning. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, we are producing 800 paint, 3,200 paint a minute, but that's not enough for the sheer number of machines we've got. So I guess that means it's time for another couple of rows of these. I was hoping, because I thought that when we were doing 2 types of robots, the 2 machines was enough. The 1 machine was enough, but it clearly wasn't. We must have just not been making the robots as fast as I would have liked. I thought that we were going to be fine with 4 machines. In fact, I thought 4 machines was going to be some future-proofing. But it turns out that actually it's just woefully inadequate. So what I'm going to need to do is some more pastings. So rotate you, pull you out this way until the pipes overlap, like that. And then we go, yes please. Then we go, duck, 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 duck. And yeah, that's right. Then we go, yes please. And then I need to link this pipe into the other one, but I'll do that in a moment. So we'll get all of this kicking in and operational first. Right, okay, so we have a lot of T pieces to come here and add in. So we want to take out... Oh, for goodness sake. It's difficult. It's too close. You. Bop. Oh, that's going to be a cross piece. That's going to be different. That's different. I mean, that's fine, but it's different. No, not that way. Okay, try again. 4-way. That way. That's better. And then the same over here. Yeah, because the middle one, oops, is in the same place on both of them. Put you in 4-way. H. Boop. So that, yeah, that needs to be linked up like that. Then we have, this one comes down here. And that's the one I just did. Then this one. I'm just going to have to take that out and take that out because I can't get it otherwise. And while I'm at it, let's take out, whoop, I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, take out that one and that one, and that one's fine. It's that one, which I can't get at because everything has cube-shaped clipping, so I can't get at the one in. Even though I can see it, I can't get at the one in there. So you do that and that. Then I can come back through and I can put in my T intersections like that and that and that and then no, not there. What? Wait, what? I'm very confused. What's going on? Oh yeah, there. Then I've got a couple of straights I need to put in. One there and one in there to link everything back up again. And now all of these should run. Okay, yeah, there we go. We've got a pipe full of paint over here. Lovely. So all I need to do now is link that into the other pipe full of paint. So another T piece over here, like that. And then just use a smart drag over to here and boink onto there, and that'll immediately drain. Bloop, like that. There we go. But that is now, well, it's another 50% on top of what we had before. So if 2 of them could keep two of the assembly lines running, then surely a third one will get the third one running. But I do kind of want to put in another pair of machines here. Yeah, and it would be here, wouldn't it? Yes. But this pipe is very, very in the way. Actually, no, it isn't. It goes over the top. Alright, let's do that, because why not? Oh, this one might be in the way, but I can put one in. Yeah, that pipe's now in the way here, so I'll have to reroute that. But that's okay. If I come in here and I get rid of that, and that, and that, and that, then I can confirm my paste. Confirm paste. There we go. And now here we have a T intersection like that, and here we have a corner. Actually, no, we don't. We just do a smart drag from here. Go from there. We go up, and then we go in. There we go. Nice. That goes over the top of the ones I've just put in. Right. So these pipes on this side will all be correct. They've even got feeders out here for another row of machines if I was able to put them in, which I'm not. I don't know how I'm going to expand beyond here. Perhaps going off that way would be manageable. The output pipe is hopefully already... No, it's not already linked up. I need to turn that and that into T-pieces. And then I need to link up the inputs, and that's going to be the fiddly part. But only a little bit. Actually, no, it's not going to be too fiddly. It's just that there's 3 of them. So I come back over here. These shouldn't be corners. I did wonder if I was going to regret making them... no, not that. Damn cube snapping, clipping, whatevering thing again. Right, I was wondering if I should have made these... no, not there. If I should have made these into T-pieces when I put them in. But I thought, nah, surely a second row is going to be plenty. It was... Spoiler, it was not plenty. Right, so this comes along here and goes onto there. This comes along here, goes over that, and joins on to there. This area is getting very pipe spaghetti. But never mind. We all appreciate a bit of spaghetti, don't we? Right, are you happy bunnies? You are not happy bunnies. Why are you not happy bunnies? Missing foundation? Really? Oh, because there's a belt going through right in the middle of it. Ah, perhaps. Okay. Fine. At least this is a problem that is relatively fixable. So if I cut that all the way back to... I guess here. And I take out a few more pieces of that. And then we get the entrenching tool out. Go underneath there. And then all the way through there. Like that. Oh, hi. Some explosives. And then come out the other side like that. Then do I have any red anythings? Red belt parts? Yeah, I've got 1 ramp. Okay, we'll put you in there. I'm going to need more ramps for the other end, but that's a problem for future Laurence. It's not a problem. It's not actually a problem. It is just I will use a different colour of belt. Right, so we take... Oh, hang on, what are you doing? No. Go backwards. Yeah, that's right. Like that. Then I can fly around to here. And that will emerge round about here. Yeah, there we go. I can drop down here. Oh, you're coming up more than you need to in that case. So I can knock out that and that. And then I might even be able to do this without using any different colours of belt, which is mildly satisfying. Then we'll bring you through from there, and we need you to go down. We need to go to there. Then we need you to go down 1. Then we need you to link onto there, and boom! Just like that. Excellent. I now have some Teluxite wafers in my inventory, which I would like to dump into a machine, which I think is going to be one of these guys over here, where the CPUs are being made. Here, take my junk. That sounded wrong. You know what I mean. Oh yeah, and then the final step, the reason I did all of that is because then I can come along here and put that from there to there, and now these machines will be happy. Yes, there we go. They've... No, wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yes, they're happy. There's the smoke coming out of them. Phew, after all that. Right, do we have any paint in the pipe yet? No, we don't. We put in 5,000 litres in the last minute, and it's still not enough. Gurgle, 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 gurgle. This is ridiculous. I did not realise I was using this much. How was I possibly... How was anything okay before? Because we had 1 machine making paint. I now have 8. And okay, I'm filling up buffers. But still, that's crazy. Maybe the pipe at the other end is filling up now. Speed slugs. Yeah, the modules are coming in the next update. The one that I will... Oh, there we go. Look, these guys are being painted now. The modules are coming in the next update, the one that is coming out towards the end of the month, and so I haven't quite got it yet, but I will relatively soon. Why are you not... Oh, you are going in. Oh, because it's full, that's why. Awesome. caught up. Right, yeah, so modules are coming, but they're not quite there yet. It's going to be done by putting out little computer workstations around machines that you want to have an effect on, whether it's a productivity or a speed boost, and then putting robots on it, the robots that you build on those machines in order to do in order to do the work and actually make the beacons run, which I think is kind of fun and different and cool. So I'm as ever looking forward to that. I think it'll be a good fun way of doing it. Right, so this is now working. We are shipping these guys up to space. We are, I believe, shipping those guys up to space. So that means it's time to have a little chat with the space station, and start selling more robot types. So if we have a look in the space station actually first, we'll be able to see now. If we look in the storage area, we will hopefully see. If we look at the products, we've got combat robots, 121 of them. Excellent. We've got some of those now, so that's working. We're a bit short of mining robots, but that might be because we had that big paint crisis a little while ago. And we've also got the science assistant drones up here now, so they're all being shipped up. Nice. Each line running flat out should need 4 paint chem processes each. Okay, the lines are not running flat out, thankfully, so hopefully 8 will be enough to keep 3 of them running. And probably a 4th one when I put a 4th one in to make science robots or personal assistant robots or who knows what, something else anyway. Right, so now that means we can go over to the galaxy map. And we can do that rather long trawl through all of these things, saying, well, you know what? Oh, you've got everything. Okay, cool. What about you? You got the farmer robots you want. Okay, cool. You, what do you need? You don't need it. You don't need anything. You've got all of your things being provided. You've got all of your things being provided. You've got all of your things being provided. Let's go up this way. Yep, that one's happy. That one's not happy. That wants science robots, which we don't have yet, and personal assistant robots. But it does want science assistant robots. Oh, and I already set that one last time. Cool. So that's already being done. What are we looking at? Craethium. Lemuria, you're fine. Galaxalon, balon. Science assistant drones, right. Supply configuration. Science assistant drones, yes, make it so. Galaxon, Malvinox, cleaning aquatic, science assistant drones again. So you also need to go to, like that, save, close. Phaedrius, you look happy. What does Vororox want? Okay, we've got quite a few of these, so let's start shipping stuff here. Ship. Oh, right. Let's buy another ship. Ship. It'd be nice if I could do this from the main place, but whatever. Yeah, one of them. In fact, you know what? While I'm here, let's. Ships aren't exactly expensive. I've got 52 million, and these guys cost 15,000 each. There is something very wrong with the economy in this game. It needs an enormous amount of balancing, but I am very aware that it is early access, and therefore I'm not going to be too rude about it. Rocks, supply configuration. We'd like you to have a ship. You can have ship number 50. Congratulations. And supply configuration, you're going to get all of the cleaning bots. I'll give you all of the personal assistant robots, even though we don't have them yet. But we'll just do everything. Like so. Because why not, basically. It's easier to set them all up now and just have it automatically happen later. So, did we do a Muria? I don't know if we did or not, but it's done. Minor personal assistant robot. Well, you know what? I'm going to say do the personal assistant robots, and then when I start making them, they'll automatically get shipped out over there. Like saying Zoranora. Science assistant drones. So you can also have science assistant drones. Boink. Zoranora. Why have you got a progress bar? Is that a ship on its way out there? I do not know. You're very easy to satisfy. That one's fine. Fine. Could do some science assistant drones. Boink. There we go. What about Quanix? We're producing a number of those. Sure, why not? It's just, why not at this point? Just go through and I might as well just go through and add absolutely everything in, and then see which robots I'm short of, and then try and maybe do something about that if I can, or just curl up in a corner and cry if it's difficult. Next, right? So we've got to Valerian. So I need to do aquatic hauling bots at some point because they're the ones that we're short of there. Did I come over here? I don't even remember at this point. I should have done by the way order I'm trying to do things in. Right, okay, so all of the places we're going to now, I've set everything to yes, just do it. And it sort of seems to be happening. I still want to know what this is. Oh, this is me taking taking market share away from the arrow people, I think. Because yeah, if we look at planets, if it's got this is my symbol, this cog with an arrow going into it. So if we look at market share, that means I have 100% market share there. If I go to Calit Rocks, then over here we find that I've got 7%. I've got 45%. How does that work? If I've got 7.4% of the logistics industry and 37.8% of the mining industry, how can I have 45.2% of the overall market share? Oh, it's different companies there. So that's how. Okay, that's fair enough. I'm okay. That might sort of work. But yeah, we're taking away the market share from Dusk Meridian, Starwake Freight Network, because they're currently the leaders there. So I can look around and I can see which ones we're struggling with, and Zoranor is a problem because I'm not shipping out. I'm shipping out everything now, but I've only just started shipping out Science Assistant drones, so we will see. Read the orange text in market share. Ah, it's shifting. Right. Okay. So that suggests it will probably eventually run out of change, but we'll see. Ship details. So these ones, yes, I'm shipping through all of the heavy-duty transport bots they want, all of the mining drones, none of the hydro mining bots, and now I'm shipping through. It's hard to say at this point. 144 demand in the last hour since 66. So yeah, I'm getting close, and in looking at that sales volume there, it does feel that whenever I go somewhere and say, hey, I've got these bots to sell you, I then get all the market share if I can provide enough bots. There's never any sort of, you can have some of the market share because you're both providing these bots. Maybe it's because I'm closer, or I don't know. I don't know where any of these other companies are based. I do know that this is a silly sized map, and I can't see me ever actually getting out much further than I have at the moment. I mean, I've probably got the capacity. I've got the capacity on the space station to build out more and more spaceships. That's probably fine, but I'm going to lose my sanity before I build anything like enough robots to satisfy this in even a tiny fraction of this universe. This feels silly, but I guess if you treat it as this is just a sort of infinite target, you can go as far as you want into it. Maybe it makes sense at that point. I don't know. So let's get back to our R&D lab. There's some upgrades to do. So we've got transport bots. We can upgrade these things further. Might as well because it's there. There's not an enormous amount of logic behind how I'm doing the upgrades. Basically, I'm doing the product weight first because being able to ship more in the ship seems like a very good idea. Then I'm taking the first one up to 10, then the second one up to 10, then 20, 20, 30, 30, and so on. So that's important. I don't know if that's the best way to do it or not, but it is a way, and it is the way I'm doing, and it feels like it makes as much sense as anything else I could be doing, so yeah. True, all galaxies are absurdly large. Yes, okay. I suppose I'm approaching it from a sort of a gameplay point of view rather than a real galaxy sort of point of view. But that's a fair point. Okay. But then it does mean when you look at the there's a thing somewhere that shows you the is it the galactic market? No, that's not it. There's something somewhere that shows you how all the different oh, here we go, competitors. Yeah. So we start to see silly things like, even though I feel like I'm doing quite well, I'm still right at the bottom of the list with half the market dominance of the next person and 1% of the market dominance of the overall win currently in the lead, an eighth of the current weekly earnings, and so on. So these numbers are all a little bit silly. I feel that yeah, sure, maybe I shouldn't ever be able to get to the top of the leaderboard, but I feel like I should be bumping my way up past some of the other ones on the list at some point. But these numbers just look unrealistic, should we say? Yeah, again, it's another place it could do with some balancing. Exactly. Oh, Bob's can current shift, market shift. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, you get more profit per planet once you gain market dominance. That's quite nice. Okay, cool. So I can now look through my sales. No, not my sales charts. I mean, that's nice. It isn't. Line goes up, so you know that's good. And then I can look through these and see if any of these have any dips in them. And dips mean there's a problem in the supply. Snackbot. Let's have a look and have a look at snackbots. Planter drones seem to have recovered. Combat drones. Robots had a problem. Although farmer robots didn't have as much of one. Okay. No, there's a better place to look. Is it? Yes, in here. This is the one. So basically, as long as these lines don't have any dips. If these lines have dips in, it means then I could be producing these things a bit quicker. It would be nice. I could be making more, then I'd be making a bit more money. But as long as these are full, then I'm satisfying the planets that I'm shipping directly to. But I should try and think transport bots, heavy transport bots also could do with a little bit more. Transport drones and aquatic condoms I'm not making yet. Appliances, that one is going great. We've got full lines over here, we've got full lines here. If I shipped more up there, then perhaps I could perhaps sell them a bit quicker. The fact that is going up and down. No, the stored products has always been fine as well. Let's go back and look at one that's having problems. Yeah, here we go. So this is going up and down. So I think maybe the best one to look at is the stored products. If I have a nice flat line like this, then it's probably okay. That one's a little bit wibbly, but basically okay. Still a small builder. Okay, so I see what you mean, Bob. I think I sort of agree that I don't feel I should be at the top of the list, but I also don't feel I should be at the bottom of the list. It'd be nice to be for some of the early ones to be sort of relatively easy competitors to overtake. But no, I take your point that I'd need to build a lot bigger perhaps. That one's there's an interesting sawtooth going on there, but that's basically fine. Snack bots could do with more snack bots. Screen bots are basically okay. That's okay, but that's not happening. Those are basically okay. Those are okay. Those are. Could do with more farmer bots, but we have started shipping them up a bit faster now that the system is working. So we'll ignore that one for now. We are at least satisfying the planetary shipping. Silent assistant drones have just leapt in. We can't really look at that yet. Combat drones are fine. So the problem ones are the transport bot and the snack bot, I think. Those are the biggest ones. So let's go and have a look at those. Yeah, that makes sense. And as I think, as I've said quite a lot of times, I feel like there is a lot of stuff in this game where I'm just being. I feel like I'm happy to be generous and go, okay, yes, the game is early access. That bit probably just hasn't been finished off completely yet. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. That's spaceship fuel. I should be making a lot more than that because I'm buying it at the moment and I don't like that, but never mind. Right, over here. Okay. There isn't a shortage of transport bots. There is apparently a shortage of shipping. These are just little platforms on casters. It's adorable. Right, let's. It looks like I need more ships to be doing the taking stuff up to the space thing. This is another thing I was grumbling about last week. That I don't like. That I don't know where the problems. I don't have a thing that says, oh, by the way, your cargo ships that are doing the planetary shipping jobs are seriously overworked. There isn't any clue until you sort of track it back like I have done just now and go, well, okay, I'm short of transport drones. No, sorry, light transport bots in space. And I come down here and I go, but there's loads of them, and then that gives me an indication that maybe I need more ships doing the ground to the platform. I feel like there should be a thing that tells me about that, so I don't have to go in and go, oh, and I could just go, okay, well we'll assign some more ships to the job. You see, here comes another one immediate. Now that I've got some extra ships, another one's coming down immediately to come and grab some more, because production is not a problem. They're being made well, they're probably not a problem. They're being made at a reasonable rate. I just need to chuck them up into space a bit faster. Let's go and check the snack bots, see if they have see if they were the same issue. Snack bots I did quite recently, I think. So draw from that. Draw whatever conclusions you will from that. Are you at? Nope, you're a combat one, I think. Is that a snack bot? No, it's a cleaning bot. That is a snack bot. Okay, so in this case, the belt is not full, and that makes me think I am not building sufficient snacks. You must construct additional snacks. Yes, exactly. The snack bot is a toaster. I think it's breakfast. They're actually breakfast bots. If we take a good look at one of them, it is a toaster and a coffee maker on legs. I really like it. It's just funny. Okay, so I need to select a new area. So I want to go from there. I'm just going to double it because doubling is easy. So from there to there to there to confirm copy and paste to boink. Think doubling is enough? Should I triple it? Let's triple it. What could possibly go wrong? Pasty. And I'm missing 127 things. Okay, good. What am I missing? I am missing assembly 3s, conveyor 2s, and conveyor 1s. Okay, well, we've stopped using conveyor 2s and conveyor 1s, so I guess I'll just upgrade those by hand. Boom. Let's take out some of these and go, right, I want you to go to there. Boink. I want you to go to there. Doink. I want you to go to there. And I want you to go to there. Right, there we go. You know, while I'm here, I'm just going to stick in assembler 2s for now because they are almost as fast. They're not as fast, but they are almost as fast, and I think that's probably going to be good enough. Because I got a bit carried away with not there. Control Z. Because they are basically they're almost as fast, and because I sort of tripled this rather than the doubling it, which has probably been plenty anyway. So I don't feel too bad about whacking in a few slightly lower tech machines. So all of you? Are you all happy bunnies? Why are you sad? Oh, missed out on one of the belts. Fine. Right, and now we get through. I don't even know what this is because it's all going to get gobbled up by all the greedy machines. Here they come. Oh, it's mechanical components. Fine. And there we go. Right, snack time. Snack. Right, there we go. That is going to be at least twice as many snack bots. Probably a bit more than twice as many. I think I'm probably reasonably happy with that. And we'll come back later and see if it's enough. Cleaning bots are absolutely fine. Oh, you know what I reckon I've probably not done? I've probably not set up the automatic selling thing. So is that sales platform? Yes, sales platform. So, oh no, we are selling the snack bots. That's fine. What was one? Oh, it was combat robots, wasn't it? So, oh, I've already set. I've already set all of these up. Okay, so it's just hydro farming, personal assistant, science, aquatic, and transport. Okay, basically just the ones that I've only just researched. Fine. Okay, so that is largely working. Over here, my sushi belt is still sushing, so that's really nice. I approve of that. Should that be a red belt? I don't think it should. I think that should be a green belt. It's not going to make any actual difference, any significant difference. And we're all got, yeah, 50%. It's already 50% firmalite on the belts anyway. So yeah, this is fine, as they say. And we are able to make. I think we're able to make the combat robots at a decent rate. I mean, what's the hold up over here? Are we sure have we run out of paint again, or have we run out of one of the bits? Okay, we've run out of one of the bits. Now that's probably over out of heads. Okay. I mean, it's sort of inevitable that one of the things is going to be the limiting factor, and the heads are being made. Let's just check that these do all have the same construction times. 8 a minute, 8 per minute, 8 per minute, and 8 per minute. Okay, good, because I realised I didn't actually check any of this. I just went, yeah, I'll just throw in one machine for each part I need. Oh, and I need to put in some supports for this as well, because this does look a little bit silly. So I'll take that, and what I'm actually going to do is is go to vertical drag and do a support there, and a support there, and a support there. And this is deliberately slightly further out, so if/when I end up... No, it's not. Ah, bother. It's meant to be far enough out that when I inevitably need to make more of these, I can just come in and I can copy and paste this, and they'll go straight underneath the supports, but I didn't build them quite far enough out. So we're going to go and fix that. And even this one's even worse. So it's meant to be, is that, yeah, 2 squares out. So let's do it again. But actually, this one's probably fine this far out. I'm not going to be increasing the rate that much. Over here, however, actually I can drop them in these sort of points, because there's a gap there where there isn't an inserter, so I can run that down there. And then once again down here, I'm probably not going to need quite so many extra, so I'll put that in there, and then another one in here. Right, and now that sort of feels supported. We've got the end piece over there going over to and sitting on resting on the hill, mostly. Okay, we'll build that up underneath a little bit. Maybe at some point in the future, perhaps I'll do a multiplayer game of this with somebody who likes doing aesthetic stuff, because as you've probably noticed, I'm not particularly into that, but I do feel it would be quite nice to have actual buildings with all these things in. So we could have a building with all of these bits of assembly being done on the ground floor, perhaps from basic resources once we have trains. Then on the next floor we can have the assembly line that producing the actual things, and then if they put ramps into the onto the assembly line thing, we could then have the spaceport on the roof, or at the very least we could have the a floor area underneath that's I don't know. The problem is the assembly line is the big part of it, and so having this on the roof just seems a little bit silly when you're not really using the rest of the building underneath. Although I suppose you could then have all the train stations underneath here or something like that. But I sort of feel like they should be even further down. Oh yes, but Bob, yeah, I've got 2 machines here making legs and 2 machines making arms to 1 machine making heads and 1 making shoulders. So yeah, it is fine. I do have twice as many working on the limbs as I do working on the heads and shoulders. Yeah, I didn't make that mistake. I do, however, have a woeful shortage of pistons. And a very slow belt here, bringing them in. Doink. Doink. Right. Ooh, there is a shortage of steel coming in here. Now, I'm not really surprised. I did think that steel was going to be the next thing I had from... Oh, that's not the pistons. This is the pistons. Yeah. Alright. Oh. I did think steel was going to be the next thing I had a problem with. Now, at the moment, the steel is slightly limiting piston production, but only just. Okay, let's go back and do some upgrades. Let's do some upgrades on this belt, because it's red and that upsets me when I'm going to want to have a lot of stuff coming through here at some point. Zoop. Can't see when that happens. Steel. Here we go. And yeah, so there straight up isn't enough steel coming through. This is going to be an interesting problem to fix. So I do have quite a lot. I knew this was going to be an issue because I've not been making steel at the same sort of rates I've been making a lot of other things. So I'm going to need to think about where to upgrade this from, I suppose. and how to upgrade it. We have a green belt of steel coming in here, in theory. I don't know if it's a full green belt, probably not. Maybe it is. Maybe I've just solved all the problems. I don't know how much is coming in from there. We'll go and find out in a minute. Yeah, so there are quite a lot. Yes, there's quite a lot of stuff that can be made for decoratively. I've seen the main menu screen of the factory there, where they've got a sort of a large building with overhangs and stuff like that. That looks quite cool. So I think it would be quite nice to put in some decor and actually make the buildings look a bit prettier. The problem is that actually building decorated buildings like that I think would make it for an incredibly boring stream, and so I don't want to do it on stream. I also sort of don't want to play between streams because that feels a bit wrong. And so that basically comes down to I don't get a chance to do that sort of thing. Now maybe I should just sort of go and do some prettification between streams. Not that one. Maybe I should go in and do some prettification between streams. But can we? There we go. But also I tend to be a bit busy. Is the other part of the excuse there. So yeah, I thought I went. Oh, I did go further. That's okay. Oh, bother. Start again. Select area. All right. Yeah. So I think it would be nice to make it prettier, but I don't really seem to have the time, and I'm not. And I don't want to do it on stream, and I'm also not that good at it anyway. So I think potentially yes, at some point in the future, when there's been a few more releases, I think I'll do a multiplayer stream with. Anyone who's interested, or at least any supporters who are interested, and hopefully we'll find some people who are interested in doing. So maybe have one person doing train systems, another person doing robot builds, another person doing decor, so those sort of things, and see how it goes. So I need to demolish the terrain. I want to demolish decor just in case, and then I want to do a confirm paste. And I am missing fluid assemblers, and that's it. Okay, let's go. Oh, and foundation. Let's go get some of those then. That's not too bad as things to be missing goes. So yeah, and as it is, I've played basically as if it's Factorio. I think I played Satisfactory as in much the same way as well. So yeah, I know my limits and my tendencies, but would be quite happy to have somebody else along who builds things in a slightly more interesting way. Where's a fluid assembler? I was expecting it to be along here with the pipes, but it doesn't seem to have been. I'll get some more foundation as well, because I know where that is. Gimme. Gimme? Yeah. And then, right, if I wanted to make a fluid assembler, it would take this one. Oh, green circuits and plastic, okay. Green circuits and plastic, so it's got to be along here somewhere. Which side are your screens on this side? Freighter transport ship. Passenger chemical processor. Fluid assembler. There we go. That's the bunny. Gimme. Oops. So, right, now I can go back in here and I can do a confirm paste. Yeah, there we go. Right, so that's going to be a lot more pistons. And we'll take another one of those just because they're kind of useful. Come back over here, see how it's getting on. Yeah, I can believe that. I've upgraded my computer fairly recently, although I did stick with 32 gig of RAM because... Oh, that's how the snowball's doing. Because RAM has got rather expensive at the moment. So I may upgrade that in the future, but for now I've stuck with 32 gig. Yeah, I guess we'll wait and see if and when it becomes a problem. Right, so those are all now running. Lovely. And we have quite a lot of thingies, pistons coming out now. So that's, I mean, I've tripled the rate they're being made at because all of these are running merrily. So, in fact, probably more than triple because I think there was a problem with the supply from. Yeah, there's a problem with the steel supply as well. So it's probably significantly more than tripled, and everything should now be both hunky and dory. But we'll wait and see, I guess. We'll get rid of all this red belt because it doesn't need to be there. Oh, no, we won't. Because we can't go that far. We will go most of the way because that's what it'll let me do. could do it again, but I have to dig a hole in the wall there to get it. So my hope is that this sort of massive increase, okay, it's not filling up the belt because I've got a green belt flowing out and they're kind of quick. But I'm hoping, yes, there we go, it's going to start to back up along the belts now. And when that starts to, when that starts to happen, then hopefully yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's definitely backing up. Even after it pulled a few in, then there's still more and more and more coming in. It's getting further and further back with each time it goes round. So then we're going to end up with more. Yeah, there we go. This is now backed up basically all the way back to the splitter, and so now we can have more of them going through there to block that one up. And over here, this one has already backed up all the way to the splitter. So yes, that is going to be absolutely fine, at least for the time being. Once I start making another type of robot, then we may start to see some shortages once again. But for now, this is going nicely. You can see here it's backing up. It won't be too long before it backs all the way back up to the machines that are making them. Right, let's have another quick look at the steel, because there was quite a lot of that being made, and there was loads of it pouring out of a hole in the ground. But I don't know how much of that was buffer emptying, and whether it's going to be carry on, and whether it's going to be okay. It is still pouring out. Okay, it's not pouring out at full greenbelt rates now, but it still basically seems to be okay. So I was going to say, if it's coming in here on a full solid greenbelt, how are we pulling anything from this belt? But of course, it's because it's going out there as a solid greenbelt rate, at least sometimes. And when it does, and that one pulls as well, this one functionally pulls from this side, and this one just pulls from this side. So that's okay. We have it coming in. We have steel coming in from two places. That's a lower priority because this is the one that feeds other things like science and the mall and so on. So it wants to be a lower priority because we don't have that much capacity for making steel over here. There's a lot more in the underground area somewhere down below that's producing all of the steel that's then pouring out of the ground here. Am I making enough piston juice? Oh, that's a point. I have no idea. Let's go and have a look at the piston juice. Maybe? What are you? You are the low density olumite. The pipe is full. However, there's probably at least one pump on that pipe. So, is the pipe at the other end full? Who knows? Let's try and find that. Are you low density olumite? Yes. That one is also full, but that is downstream of something. Is this where a low density olumite is coming from? Seems to be, and it's full again. So, yeah, no, it's been pushed out that way. That's the output. So this is an input. This whole area, we've got another pump there. Oh. Maybe not, actually. So that is still full, but over here, that is completely empty. So, probably not would be my answer. We do not appear to be producing the low-density olumite at the rate that we wish to. So, does that mean I need another copy? I don't know what's doing what up here. Is this all producing low-density olumite? Those are. What's going on up here? You're making... Oh, you are making low-density olumite. I've just got the machine... Oh, I've got the machines alternating. Right, okay, fair. So, actually, if I want more low-density olumite, this is just another copy-paste job. So, if I float down to about here, although I'm going to need to do some... There's going to need to be some more pipe shenanigan in order to get this to work. But... I'm not surprised you're a bit lost, Ario. It is a large factory. I've been playing for... I don't even know. It doesn't seem to tell me. I don't know where I tell how many hours I've been playing for. But I've been playing for many of them anyway. It's probably about 100 at this point. So, yeah, the place has just grown and grown and grown and got more and more ridiculous in the time while it's been doing so. So, right, I'm going to do a copy and a paste. So I'm going to start over here. Oh, yeah. Where can I get right out to the corner of a build? I can't, apparently. Great. Okay, well, I'll stick a couple of extra pieces of foundation on so that I can actually get out to the corner of it and copy from the right place, which appears to be here, because we've got pipe shenanigan going around on the end here. Or am I going to be better off just extending this that way over the top? Let's not, in case I want to go upwards with the paint as well. I think it's going to make more sense to go from do a copy from here. That's going to lose that bit of pipe as well. Oh well, never mind. Oh, I can tweak these actually once I put them in, can't I? So I want to come out to here. Nope, that wasn't a sneeze. I thought it was going to be, but it turned out not to. I'll come up to about this high, so we can at least see the top of the machines. Right, is that getting everything? It's got this pipe here. It's got the pipes on the end over here. It's got pipes going around here, but it hasn't got that one, so let's get that one as well. And then we've got all the pipes on the end over here. Okay, so we'll say, yes, we'll confirm that copy, and then we'll do another one, boink, up here. And you know what? We'll do another one, doink, up here. Right, so let's do a confirm paste and see what I run out of. Something is blocked. What could possibly be blocked? Oh, no, okay, nothing's blocked. But there are 440 things missing, many of which are pipes. So what are we missing? I'm missing distillation columns and pipes. Fine. Let's get some more pipes. So I'm going to remember to take them out of this chest I dumped over here a little while ago. So we'll take those pipes. Thank you very much. And then we'll do a confirm paste. And actually we'll do a quick look at the panel in. Okay, close the inventory. Yeah, so I just need 12 distillation columns now. Distillation columns, here we go. There's 10 in the box. 11 in the box. That's not too bad, to be fair. There's going to be 12 in a moment. Yes, I did a summary video a little while back, but that was about I've doubled the size of the factory since then. So there is a lot has changed since then. So that one will only bring you a certain amount up to date. But that is certainly a good starting point, should we say, for catching up on the streams and finding out what's been going on. But yes, it will only bring you a certain distance. However, yes, as Mark says, there is another. Mark bullied. No, he didn't bully me. Mark asked me to make another factory update video just talking about the whole place because he was losing. He didn't know what was going on around the factory either because it's got so big. So I've done that, and it's in the queue. It's going to release to channel supporters. Next week, which means it'll come out for non-channel supporters the week after. So it's going to be a little while until it does appear, but hopefully when it does, it'll answer all of your questions. Otherwise, yes, there's the intermediate one, the 50-hour update, and then there's an enormous pile of VODs as well, of course, which you can check out if you so desire. And also, if you're confused, feel free to ask any questions you want, and I'll do my best to go, oh yes, that's because that's because I've got this and that and the other all running, and they're doing such and such a thing and that and so on. Yeah, inspiring new questions is sort of the I'm not going to say the point, but it's a nice thing to get to go with the videos. Sorry, no, no, put that one back. And then we have another one of those, rotate it that way. There we go. And then I can run this pipe zoop, up to there. Of course, what I should have done is tidied up the first copy and then copied that one additionally, and with intentions of pipes going upwards from it, and then sorted it out afterwards, sorted it out then, rather than going in and doing things one at a time like that, rather than having to go in and fix them each one. Right, so you are going to become a 6-way because that's the only way. It's the best way. Then I'm going. So are. Actually, no. Better idea. Let's instead. Right, I want to do a. Yeah, I want that. I want the smart drag mode because it's going to be much easier. So we go to there. I want to fix that point. Then I want to go up a bajillion. To here. And then I didn't put the place where I wanted to go in yet, so we'll do that. Right, so now I can pull out this pipe here, and instead we'll have a corner. No, let's use a T like that, and then a T like that, because that's expandable. And then same down here. Wait, what? Oh no, that's this one. This pipe. So I want a T goes, oops. T goes there like that, and then like that. Boop, and that fills up immediately. Oh, this is one of the waste gases that's being taken away. Fine, okay. But that is that pipe now linked up. It's gone out and round these other pipes. Then we have this one. So this here, I should do the same sort of thing. So pull out that, and that, and that, and that, and a couple down there, because why not? Right, and then this pipe can go straight through. I want to put a T-piece in here like that, and I want to put another T-piece in here like that. And then we go up and we do the same thing up here. We go... This is why I was saying I should have just done one paste and gone in and fixed it properly. And then, yeah, come back and then done the second paste. Because as this is a little bit fiddlier. It'd be nice to just be able to drop it in once, and then have everything be done. Whereas this time, as it is, I'm having to go through and do changes 3 times, which is not ideal. Why is that not working? Okay, it is working. Why was it not working before? What was I doing? I have no idea what I was doing wrong. Right, T. No. T. Okay, and now I can do one of these. Flip that, flipped on end. Have that go down, all the way down, through that one, and through that one, and down to... Right, okay, then we need a couple of corners in here. Which is going to, this one's a little bit fiddly. Funnier because it's at the bottom. Goes there, and pipe in the middle. Right, so that's 2 of them. Bother. What even are you? You are crude oleumite. Okay, so that's going up. So down here then. Oh, this is a good place, I think, because there's all these transformers here. So surely I can get some electricity at this point. Take out you and you, and I'll put in a pump. And you can put pumps in vertically. It just feels a bit weird. And why you don't be like that? No, just no. There we go. Right, put you on there, and then hopefully I can then link a cable from here to there. No, I can't. Some things are fussy about what they'll let you link to, and that one is apparently one of those fussy things. Alright, well I guess I'm going to have to put in a pylon somewhere, like that, which looks ridiculous, but I can link that to there. Wait, what? This pipe is too complex on its own. The hell? It's not that bad, is it? Apparently. Only by 8 pieces. So I might be able to go to some ends and try. Oh, it does do quite a lot in this area, I have to admit. Okay, fair enough then. You know what? Let's put in a vertical pump, because that's only slightly silly. I mean, it's not that silly. A pump. There's no reason a pump couldn't be vertical. So we'll just do that, but we'll rotate it like that so that I can then put it on a... Wait, no. Let's put in a vertical pump, but it needs to be a low voltage pump. Oh, a low voltage pump can only go horizontally. These can't be rotated, because they need to be placed on top of foundation, of course. I mean, I could probably bring high voltage electricity up here, but that's silly. No problem. I do enjoy making the summary videos, and I have to admit, making the summary video for Foundry was actually one of the easier ones I've made recently, because I'm not been doing as much in this game as I have been in the. There's not as much. Things aren't as complicated in this game as they are in our Planetary Pioneers stream, so it tends to be it's a lot easier to make videos talking about stuff. And also, I'm the only one who's doing anything in it, so I don't get criticised because I haven't given credit properly. Alright, so now I can put that there. It's on foundation, so it's got power. I can now knock out a piece of pipe from there. I can get that. I can do a smart drag. I can go from there into there like that. I can go from there up to, well, come around here, then up, and then up, and then go into, can we go into this pipe, please? Yes, go into there. Right, all is now well in the world. So that's two of my three of my four pipes, I think. So I've got this one, I've got 1, 2, 3, and I assume the fourth one of these pipes also, whichever one it is, the top one, also needs to be linked in somehow. Or maybe it's an internal one. Where does that go? What do you do? This just seems to flicker pink and the... Oh, no, this is the third one that then goes through to go down there. Yeah, okay, so it's 3 pipes, that's all of them. So this is now this is now functionally complete, and if I want to put more on, it's going to be easier to do it next time because... Oh, no, wait, there's a pipe here that needs to be finished. It's still going to be easier to do it next time because most of the pipe work... Much of this is in the wrong place. Much of the pipe work is already in place. You should be a T like that, then oops, a T like that, and then one of these going down to boink there. And it's too complicated. Yay! Rage. Okay, well, I guess we're going to put in another pump here in the same way. I mean, to be fair, I guess it is a fairly complicated pipe system. There is quite a lot going on it, but even so. I do kind of, even though it's bitten me in the wasp name, I do quite like this game's pipe complexity system. It's a bit smarter than Factorio's one. Where Factorio go in there. Where Factorio just says you can do it whatever you like with your pipes as long as you don't go outside this slightly arbitrarily sized box. This game counts up the pieces of pipe you have and goes, haha, that's 300. You've made it too complicated. You must construct additional pumps, which is kind of nice, I think. Right, this pipe looks very orange. Are you full? You are filling up. Okay, so I need an additional dump thing for the an additional one of these guys to get rid of the waste products. Okay, so what if I pull you out for now, and then get a great big laser, and make an accidentally over-depthed hole in the ground, and then just extend that like that. Then I can go back and I can get that flare stack wherever it's gone. Flare stack. I've got 7 of these. Cool. That's far more than I need. I can put 2 of them in now, like that, and then I can go back to piping. I can hopefully get back to piping. There we go. And you can be another T intersection like that. You can see how this is going, can't you? And then we'll use the magic mode. Actually, no, we won't. We'll put in another T here. And then I'll just run a straight pipe through there like that. Then I can put in more. Okay, I'll have to move this belt, but that doesn't seem like it's going to exactly be rocket engineering. This belt that doesn't have anything on it. Okay, that's going to be another thing to go and look at. Do you actually need configuring? No. They are apparently flaring. Okay, this seems to be alright. If I now have a look at this pipe, it is going down. Yeah, that's dropping. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. So now, how about this one? No, not that button. You are full. Okay, so we now having tripled. No, less than triple, because there's a little bit at ground level. But I've gone from 1 additional floor to 3 additional floors. That is now enough low density oleumite. How is my actual oleumite input? 7,000. That's paint. I do wonder a little bit how much of this stuff I'm getting through now, and whether the pipe is able to stay full. Pipe is still full. Yeah, it is currently okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the wall. Yeah, the wall mounts would have been a good idea with the high voltage. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about the wall pylons. That would have made things much, much neater. Also, it would have meant I wouldn't have had to have this one here like this, which is kind of awful because it's sitting on top. Yeah, it's just floating in space, actually. It's even worse than I thought. I thought it was sat on top of a pipe, but no, it's just floating. Ugh. You're quite right. I should have used the wall pylons to bring the high voltage power up the side of the building. And then, yeah, plugged in high voltage pumps. You're quite right. Yes, sorry, I didn't see the message when it popped up. Processors. That's these guys. And I think this is just straight up, we're not making them quickly enough because there aren't enough machines. Yeah, look at this. Then we've got plenty of input of all the things. And then we've got we've got 4 machines making them and many assembly lines using them. So I guess we're going to pull out this pylon and move it out a bit, which I can do fairly easily. Can have that go from there to where did it go before? There, apparently. Okay. Do I want to link that to there? I don't know. Oh well, anyway. Bit of redundant. Nothing wrong with a bit of redundancy. Right. And then yes, I need more of this. So once again, this is a job for copy and paste. Actually, first is a job for getting a bit more jetpack fuel because I'm about to run out, and I'm not too far away, so it would only be slightly annoying, but might as well try and not have that problem in the first place. Right, over here, copymatron, and I would like to select a new volume. So we'll go from there to... I'm just going to copy one machine because I think I've got the first one is funny, and also, to be honest, when you're doing a copy and place, it's easy enough to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and double my throughput. And you know what? Can I stick a 6th one on? No, and stick a 5th one on the end because I can. Boink. So now we'll do no, we'll go into here because I'm going to need to demolish terrain and decor. Then I can do my confirm paste. And there we go. And I ran out of thingy machines, and I didn't even look. Yeah, I ran out of second lane loaders and chemical processors. Okay, fine. That tower of machines is getting silly. I am rather surprised that the Olumite mining is actually keeping up. We'll have to go and investigate that, I think, before I finish. Splitter 1, Splitter 2, mine drills, smelter, light poles, crushers, pylons, transformer pump, tier 3 inserter. I must have done the tier 2 inserters along here somewhere. Medium inserter. There we go. Gimme. Alright, is there anything else I'm short of? Got plenty of blue belts, plenty of green belts. A bit lower, actually I am a bit low on long inserters, and also very low on green splitters. Long inserters. Boop. And then green splitters are going to be one of these. That's ramps. Green splitters. Yoink. Right. Paste. What? Paste? Confirm paste. I didn't get more chemical processors. Yeah, numpty. Right. Casting, pumped up lava, distillation of flare stack. Come on, chemical processors must be around here somewhere. Chemical processors, that one. 25? Nice. It's going to keep me going for a while. Paste. There we go. Right. So that's now just over twice as many processors being made. CPUs, whatever it calls them. As it would be if these two machines would start working. Why are you sad? What have we not got for you? Oh, we're not making alumic acid fast enough. You know what? That might have been the problem initially. Maybe that's why we weren't making any processes. It wasn't that we didn't have enough machines. Are you actually running? Yes, you are. That's very slow. Let's blame it on buffer filling and come back and have a look once I've checked the pump jacks. Yeah, my inventory does tend to get a bit overloaded, unfortunately. Still got one lava smelter that from the beginning of the stream that I probably should have gone off and dumped somewhere. And I've got a load of these assembly line rails as well. Yeah, it's... Yeah. Oh, and I've got a load of processors. I should put them in somewhere to get rid of them. Now I just need some proton torpedoes and an exhaust port. Whee! Yes, I apparently do entertain myself. Right, so yeah, this looks fine. It seems that these things have and they're not even running constantly. This is full. So pump jacks pull out enormous quantities of resource. Apparently, I mean, they're just full, sitting there happily full. And this is where all of the oil for the entire factory is coming from. So yeah, it's apparently not a problem. All right, let's do another canyon run as we head back over. This is quite a satisfying canyon to fly down. Right, we're out of the snowy area. We must be nearly back. We'll take the scenic route down the canyons. I think this game needs some more jetpack speed researches. Actually, the jetpack speed. Yeah, as long as you're pressing. Yeah, the jetpack speed researches. As long as it just speeds up the sort of the when you're pressing the run button type speed. I think that'd be quite good because then you could travel a lot faster. Or alternatively, what I'd quite like is perhaps something you can build that you have as a some sort of rocket pack. That you, sort of like a JATO rocket. So if you go, well, I need to get all the way over to the copper vein, which is 800 and almost 900 meters away, or the iron blast furnace, that's also 800 meters away, and you have a thing that just gives you an enormous kick in the backside and fires you across the map at some ridiculous speed for maybe 500 meters, or perhaps until you stop pressing forwards. Something like that would be really nice, just to make it a bit easier to get around. Because my factory is starting to get quite large. I don't know if you've noticed, and so. Sometimes it takes quite a long time to get off to the more distant parts of it, and that can be a little frustrating. Is not quite the right word, but it's a little bit dull when you're spending ages flying. Especially if I want to go from the iron blast furnace to the copper blast furnace, that is like a kilometre and a half, which takes a significant amount of time to fly. So I'd like to see that be quicker. Right, the earlier plastic thing that I suspected was going to become an issue has, in fact, become an issue. So, it is time to fix this as well, I suppose. So that's going to be moving this pipe down to coming straight across here, and then joining into this pipe over there, probably, and then putting in some more copies of this system. It's only 11:30. Let's carry on and do that. So, you are going to be... Actually, you're just going to be a straight pipe. No, you're just going to be cut. I'm just going to break the system for the time being. I mean, who'd have thought if you go in and upgrade a yellow belt worth of output to a blue belt that suddenly you're not going to have enough stuff going through? Who'd have thought it? I mean, it was completely beyond my expectations. Right, so there's a lot of stuff going on over here that is going to be a bit wrong. Oh no, we do have an input feed on the input feed is on the side. Okay, so this is probably going to be all right. Let's just do a copy. Let's do a copy here from. Yeah, from. All right, from there. Sure, that's fine. Oh no, I need to do a select area first. I keep forgetting that. That's my one gripe with the copy paste mod is actually it's not the copy paste mod's fault. It's that I just don't seem to have got that. I don't seem to have been properly internalised. One of the things you need to do with it. Right, so there's nothing. Actually, there's nothing out in this gap. That is a genuine gap all the way up between the systems. But I have put it in all the rest of them. So let's carry on with the pattern because Otherwise, it'll upset someone's OCD or something probably. Right, so I can do a copy. In fact, I think I can do a confirm copy in place here. And if I pull that way, it should basically all overlap like that. I'm going to need to remove that as well. And then... Okay, I thought I'd lost what I'd copied. Right, so I want to have an additional 1, 2... Can I get a third one in? Possibly. It may require a little bit of pipular shenaniganery, but I think I can get that one in there. Right, so let's do demolish terrain, demolish decor, confirm paste, and I'm short 3 distillation columns, 33 conveyor 2s, some conveyor slope 2s, and quite a lot of pipe. Okay, let's go and get some more of the bits and pieces for that. I don't care so much about the belts, although, you know, for the sake of simplicity, I might grab some yellow belts, do the paste, and then put them back again. So distillation, disty columns, were they all the way along? I think they... Or were they back up this way? No, I think they were on this side. Team turbine, freight elevator, casting machine, pump jet, distillation column. That's the one. Gimme. Where's my cursor? There. Gimme. So I'll take that, and I need some more pipes. And I've taken all the pipes out of the top box, so I now can take pipes out of the bottom box again. Take the pipes, and then I want to get some yellow belts as well, because it just seems slightly easier to do that. Yellow belts will come from here. Yes. Gimme. So, now I do this. No, we go back in here, and then I do a confirm paste again. There we go, that's all the distillation columns. Still another 33 conveyor 2s? Surely not. No, I've got 500 conveyor 2s. Don't be silly. And then the piece of pipe that's blocked, so but that's fine. Okay, let's go back out. Let's put the all those conveyors back in here. Like that. Let's destroy these seeds because I don't want them. Let's destroy all of this because I don't want it. And head back over and finish that off. I took the pipes out. I think I took the pipes out of the overflow chest last time. Last time I needed pipes. I think. There's a chance I'm wrong about that, but I thought I did. I certainly intended to. Right, what's going on here? Oh, I see. I need to take out that and that and that and that. And then, you know what? I'm going to do the paste again. That's got that piece of pipe in there. Right, now I can do some piping from here with the magic tool and go up, up. No, I can't go up, up. I can go up and across. I can go across here. That works. If I come across to here, then to here and then go up. I can do that. Therefore, remove that and that. This is going to have to be a 6-way because there isn't a. You don't get a 3. You don't get a corner piece in this game. So, but shoving a 6-way on there will do. Now all of this should start working, except we've not got any power because I took out a rather important pylon. So let's now link from here. Put in a pylon as far along as we can, and link up to there. Now, all of the... Why have these not got any foundation? What the heck? Did I not copy the... I could have sworn... Oh, apparently I did not copy the foundation. Okay, then. Right, let's use this to go take out all of this soil, then. I thought I'd done that properly, but apparently not. Sure, go up, I don't care. It's all ground level. Right, and now we'll see the magic... massive swarms of the construction drones taking off here to fly all the way over to. They're going all the way up 1,000,000 miles up in the air to fly all the way over to here to then drop the bots down, and the bots will then just go straight through the machines, which is an unfortunate clipping incident, but never mind. Right, so then over here, I guess we'll carry on with these ramps, and taking out some of these random bits of desert terrain that are popping up. What? Oh, right, okay. And then that belt goes smack into the end of it. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out this entire belt. So the entire belt, there we go. And then I'm going to put it running around the other way. So we'll carry on using the yellow belt because I've got it. We'll run you from there out to here and then into there. So we'll just run that around the back, and that'll be absolutely fine. Now it occurs to me what I could do is continue this and run this across here and run that back round and round and round, just run it back and forth. And in fact, I think I might do that because that seems like a fun way to build it in. What's this pipe for? Why are you? Is this some sort of waste output? Ah, I've got a waste gas output as well that we need to dispose of. Okay. So there's another missing pipe section along here. That means I can't quite as easily do what I was going to do and run this pipe back. I suppose I could go over the top with it. And I can't imagine me being over the top with anything. Where does that come from? Ah, it comes from here. Right, okay, so this is the one for that building. That's fine. So if I... how much space have I got? I've got loads of space. Right, let's remove that and remove that. And then remove a couple of pieces of this, like that, and that. And this is going to be slightly tricky. Oops, too much. There we go, put that there. So I'm going to need to have these things here, 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 and then a straight pipe going between them. Then I need to get this to here. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. So can I go from there? If I go up a bit, I can go over the top of that. Go to there. Then I go down a bit and onto that. Lovely. Right, that should work. And now I can extend the building foundation underneath all of this, which is, kind of should have been there in the first place, but oops, I missed with my copy. So I'll put that to there. There we go. Now all these should magically start working, I think. Right, these need to run first, then these can run. So there we go. They're all kicking. Well, some of them kicked in. Don't know why this one hasn't. Worry about it in a moment. There we go. So we've got a load of plastic has come out. So if I take out a couple of pieces of that belt, and then all of this belt. Then I can run. I think this is probably better be a green belt at this point. I can go from here. Actually, we need a ramp in first, like that. Then I can do this from here to here. Oh, I've knocked out the foundation underneath there as well by the looks of it. Right, okay. That goes down. And then all the way along to here. And then, once again, we nibble out a little channel through here like that. And this green belt can then go through there and join onto that blue belt. Right, so that should now take out all the plastic made by all the machines. And hopefully we'll have the capacity to take it all away. But at the moment, we've got these machines not working for some reason. So let's go and have a look. Why are you sad? You're sad because you don't have any liquid polymer coming in. You're sad and not making liquid polymer because You think you've made it, you just can't get rid of it. Okay. So that's... Ah. This pipe got linked to the other one previously and therefore has the wrong stuff in it. So if I just... There we go. Yeah, I accidentally joined 2 pipes together there, so that was an oops. Right, and there we go. Now we're making plastic down here. It's flowing round to here, and then round here, and then round here. And all these machines between them are producing significantly more plastic than the factory is using, and so this, while we've got a blue belt going away, it's not running very quickly. But this is what we call future-proofing. I've quadrupled the amount we're making, so hopefully it won't be a problem for a good long while. We've still got quite a lot of another 3 banks of machines feeding into here to load up this aeroplane, which goes off to make to the green circuit factory and brings it back again. And then this aeroplane brings the green circuits from over there to over here to unload into the factory. Now at this point, I probably should replace these 2 aircraft with belts down my massive tunnels. And I do have tunnels going basically to... Well, in fact, I do already have a tunnel going from down to the green circuit production factory from up here. So it wouldn't be too difficult. But they're in there, they're kind of working. So I feel it's not really worth messing around with that at the moment. Okay, I've had a few yaks to shave there, but I think actually no, it's not actually been full-on yak shaving. It's been spotting a problem, fixing a problem, spotting another problem, fixing that problem, and so on. So over here, how are you guys doing with you're not making processors though, or CPUs rather, and that is presumably because you don't have any alumic acid. We've got plenty of both of those, so I assume it must be this pipe here is completely empty. Okay, well let's follow it back to where the alumic acid illums, which is here. Why are you not illuming properly? Why are you sad? You don't have any crushed coal. Huh. I mean, it's true, it doesn't, and it doesn't have any crushed coal because this one doesn't have any coal. Have we run out of coal? That's a weird problem to have. The aircraft isn't there, which is not a good sign. Yes, I am indeed bringing coal. Yeah, we have run out of coal. So, currently I'm bringing coal in by aircraft from 600 metres away in this direction, which I will admit is kind of ridiculous. But I'm suspecting now this coal mine over here, despite we finally ripped through all of the coal, and it has run out. There's the aeroplane just sitting there waiting, presumably because there's no coal being pumped into it. Either that or it's just coming out a bit too slowly and we've still got some. It's just it can't keep up with the rate that we're getting through it. No, I would say that is now a depleted coal mine. Fly in here and have a look anyway, but... oh, there's an elevator. Okay, there's also a hole, so that's fine. Is it actually... Yes. There used to be a patch of coal down here, as you can see. Not so much anymore. Right. Okay, well, that's a problem. So there are more coal patches. So there's one over here, which I'm using for digging up the coal. This is for the iron smelting over here. Oh yeah, definitely a job for next week, but I'll have a think about it first. If I think about it now, there are another 2 patches over here, so I could tap one of those. I could even feed it to the same airport, because that system has been working, at least until the mine ran out. I would quite like to find an ore vein of coal, but I don't think that's a... Oh, yes, it is. There's one. So I could come over here and start vein mining that one. Then at least I wouldn't ever run out, and I could just run some more ludicrous tunnels like this one and this one and so on, and then use that to supply absolutely everything. Is there one that's any closer to... There's another one. Two over here. There's one here, actually. Oh, that's fairly close. I mean, it's not close to the factory, but it's close to an area that's already on the tunnel network. So I think next time, extend the tunnel system from the copper area down to here, tap that, because I've already got the fracking liquid in here, I've already got the tunnel, so running a blue belt of coal down that is going to be absolutely trivial, really, really easy. So we can then use, yes, I can then pump that all the way up into, basically have it come out. It can leave the tunnel here, or have another stretch of tunnel coming across this, or just pop up at ground level here, go over and feed into the system over here that's feeding all the rest of the factory, because this is where coal used to come from. So that seems like quite an easy way to add it in. Let's just quickly check to see if there are any others. There's another one over there, but no, I think it's quite an easy choice. This one is by far the closest. So yes, next week I shall go over and tap this coal patch and start bringing coal in along the mega tunnels and get it into all pumped into the system that way. I think I'll probably also then at least seriously consider then feeding coal into certainly the smelting system here, because why not? We're currently digging the coal up out of this patch, but if there's an ore vein down here, why not use that? Pump that into here, because then it will never run out, and then potentially even run another belt of coal all the way down here and into this sort of area, so I don't have to worry about this patch running out. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Then the only thing I'll have to worry about running out is the mineral rock, because that doesn't come, as far as I'm aware. I don't believe you get mineral rock ore veins. You're telexium, aren't you? Yeah, telexite. Oh no, there's one down here. It's just blooming miles away, but they do exist. Okay, cool. So that'll be a project potentially for some time in the distant future if I start having problems with mineral rock in the future. And there's another one out there as well, that really is miles away, unrealistically far. But the one that was over here might be just about manageable, I suppose. It's a hell of a distance, but so what? It's just belts. Yeah, so tapping this coal patch is going to next time is going to be the top of the list, and then probably building up another couple of types of robots, and we'll see how that goes. So, thank you very much for watching. As you can probably tell from the way I've been saying, yes, I shall do that next week, I am now winding up the stream. If you're watching on Twitch, please stick around, because we'll go off and find somebody else to raid, see if we can find anyone else playing Foundry, and if not, we'll probably go and see Cyclomatic again, or maybe we'll find somebody else for a change. I will be back, well, no, I won't. There will be videos tomorrow and Friday, as usual. I think they're all going to be... Let's see what's happening this week. So I think if you're a supporter, then you're getting 2 updates about how things are going on Castra. If you're not a supporter, then you're going to get an update about probably Corundum and a video and the second half of the interview with the guy behind the Igris mod. So keep an eye out for those. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of them. And then we'll be back on Monday at 7:30 PM as usual to play some more Factorio Planetary Pioneers. And I'll be back on my own once again on Wednesday at 8 PM to carry on with this and go out and, as I say, put in a coal mine down here and get that flowing so that we don't run out of, well, absolutely everything. Right, I think that's all I have to say. So yeah, come along and join us on the Discord if you'd like to chat. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channels, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and let's go off and find someone to raid. Let's pause that and end screen. There we go, and end screen. So, Twitch, let's see if we can raid. We will find search. Is there anyone playing Foundry? Foundry, the block capital shouty game. There is nobody playing Foundry. That's very disappointing. Who is there anyone I'm following currently streaming? Yeah, so yeah, let's go and follow Cyclomatic. He's playing Factorio. That's kind of a similar game. Right, so raid time, 10-second countdown, and we'll be in there any minute now. He's got a few more viewers than me. Hopefully he'll raid me sometime. Actually, no, he has raided me in the past, and that was quite nice. Right, off we go. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.